as you enter with Oinkfat like in your arms, Talisca just kind of like looks at this group of people that she's got around her, just like, ugh, and then kind of like plasters a smile on and stands up, and she's like, "Well, I'm sure you all realize the lovely time of year it is." You can tell she's really like making an effort to keep this smile plastered on her face. She's like, "I thought after all your hard work that we should perhaps celebrate. Under the tree you will find gifts from myself, but also from each other, but secretly, of course. Who would like to go first?"
Wait a minute, what kind of time of year is it? I don't understand.
It's a cold time of year, Endo.
It is Yuletide.
Endo is never cold.
I point out the window. You see the snow? It's
Yes.
that time of year.
Oh, it's the white thing from the sky year. Time of year. Oh. Oh. And Endo's just looking out the window, like mesmerized by all the weird stuff falling from the sky. I like this.
Can I cast Minor Illusion and make it look like the snowman turns his head and waves? Specifically at Endo.
Yes.
Can I cast Whisper and message?
Because of this group, my more recent character ends up going, okay, I'll just go ring of mind shielding, just to, stop any mental whispers in my head.
I cast message and the snowman, I make it sound like the snowman says, "Hello, Endo."
Endo's just like he looks and then he just like he does a double take. Sort of like he's looking outside, he looks at the snowman, then he's looking back at the sky and the snow, and then he looks back at the like snowman. He's like, "I don't like this time of year no more." And he just closes the curtains and he just comes back towards the rest of everybody. He's like, "What's this about presents, Talisker?"
Gideon just like very slyly and surreptitiously like gives Tide a high five.
Amazing. Yes. High five return.
Endo's literally like he's got his hands like a nervous wreck, sort of like he's got his hands like twiddling his fingers together, and he's just like up towards his chest, and he's just like, what's everybody doing today?
I will go and have a look under the tree.
Okay, stay near me, Durham.
I'll have a look for you, Endo.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. What do you want to roll for rummaging through the presents for Endo and myself?
You can roll investigation, please. Yeah, exactly. This is why it's a two-shot.
A 13?
Yep, so you managed to find 2 presents with your name on and 2 presents with Endo's name on.
Endo,
Uh-huh.
these are for you. And I hand him the 2 presents.
Oh, wow. Why am I getting presents? What did Endo do?
It's when the snow falls, we
Uh-huh.
usually it's been a tradition usually to give people gifts when the snow falls.
Oh, I think Endo remembers that. When I was little and I used to sleep in doorways, I used to see people do things like that through windows. What's that about?
It's a long story, my friend. These are few anyway, so open them up and enjoy.
Okay, thank you. So he just like gets all giddy and just forgets everything that's just happened to his little brain. Just starts opening. He's just like gently opening the presents, like real careful, like because he don't understand the concept. He's just like opening them nice and calmly and carefully and making sure not to damage the wrapping or whatever it's wrapped up in.
Okey-dokey.
What would Endo notice?
So the first, the first gift, if Endo could read, which he can't, I've just realised.
He can read some things, but
has
it depends. It depends.
a label on it that says "From Talisker."
Okay, yeah, he would not be able to read that.
Okay. So if
So-
he then opened said gift, he would find inside a rattle drum, which is a small drum, which is a child's toy, and it's one of those where you like hold the handle and then rotate it in your thing, and the little balls hit the drum.
Oh, Endo's just like he just grabs it and he just starts like messing with it like that. He's like, "It's a noisemaker! Oh, this is awesome! I like this. Who gave me this?"
Really, Talisker?
Talisker
What?
just grins.
Can my room be moved outside?
So he's just like rattling this on his hand constantly. He's just forgot everything else in the world now. He's just like, "Oh, this is awesome! I've never had anything like this before." And he just goes up to everybody and he's just shaking it in the face. He's like, "Look at this! Look at this! Look what Endo got!"
Endo,
Uh
there's another gift there as well.
huh. Oh my god! I got 2 gifts! Oh wow! As he just like hurries over to the parcel and he like starts opening it again very carefully, very like respectfully. He doesn't rip all the thing open, and he opens his present to find.
In this one is unmarked, except for your name on it. And in this you find the Rudolph Drift Globe, which you can add to your character sheet in D&D Beyond because I created the magic item. It basically is a globe that floats above your head height, and it glows a light red to give off light around you, so Endo is no longer blind.
Okay, but upon inspection, would Endo know this?
No, so to you it is just a globe. It is just like or like a crystal ball type thing.
Right. So is it activated when it's shook? Or
It does say on the thing in the on the magic item if you add it to your. Oh, can you not yet?
no, I'm saying from Endo's perspective.
Oh,
like-
if you shook it, that wouldn't activate it. No.
Right. Well, immediately he'd just shake it and he'd be like, "Oh, wow, this is amazing!" And he'd just like sit down, cross his little fat legs, and he'd just be like, constantly waiting for it all to settle, and he'd wait for the very last piece to settle, and then he'd shake it again. And he'd just keep doing that, and the little noisemaker would be next to him, but he'd just keep doing that over and over and over again, oblivious to the world.
I'm gonna open up the 2 gifts that I pulled out for myself, and I think I'll open Taliscar's first.
Okay, 1 second. So just before, just as Jeremy is picking up his gifts, Talisker is kind of sat watching Endo, and smiles and like says, "Endo, try saying shiny nose."
Why would what? I don't understand. Shiny nose?
As you do that, it immediately like pops up from your hand and starts floating above your head, glowing red.
Straight away, Endo
Giving
gets scared.
A bright light for 20 feet and dim light for a further 20 feet.
Immediately, Endo just gets scared. He's like, "Oh my god, what is it? Oh no! Gideon, did you do this?"
I mean, I don't do like every magic thing around here, Endo.
Is it going to explode? Is it fire?
No, I think it's just a light.
What? What? What's happening?
So it doesn't get dark in the caves.
Hmm.
Oh, like a fancy special torch. Oh, if I touch it, it won't burn my finger.
You can try.
Okay, Endo's going to touch it and see. So Endo would just point and like prod it with a finger.
Yep, it doesn't burn your
Would he be burnt?
No.
Oh, this is amazing! It's like a safe. Children should have this in case they need to see at nighttime, so they don't burn themselves.
Okay, and while Endo is fascinated by this that is floating above his head now, Jeremiah, as you open the first present that has very neat writing on it that says from Taliskar. There's no like endearment on there, it is literally just from Taliskar. You find inside, engraved with your name, a personalised tinderbox, which you can add to your character sheet in D&D Beyond. If you type in personalised tinderbox, it should come up. It
Okay.
contains flint, steel, and cinnamon scent tinder.
Oh. Thank you, Talisker.
She gives you a bit of a smile. Well, she's not really lost the smile that she's had plastered on there that is just like, yes, this is fine. I am enjoying this. This is fabulous. I love this.
If that doesn't matter to get any wider, and then I open up the second present that's unnamed.
Yep, so the second gift does not. It has your name on it, but it does not have who it is from. And you find in there a quiver that contains 5 sets of 10 arrows. They are trick arrows. If you add them to your inventory, you will find what they each do.
Okay.
Along with the, as you open that, inside it you find a note as well that says this. I'll just show it to everybody.
Challenge accepted. And then I'm just going to head out and just start searching the various rooms.
Okie dokie. We will do that after everybody else has got their presents. Who is next? As Endo is still sat, I imagine, making lots of noise with his drum underneath a Rudolph nose.
He just keeps repeating the same word over and over again, and like I'm assuming it goes out and then comes on, goes out and then comes on with the same word, because he's just doing that
Why
constantly
did we
and then
do
just
this?
shaking
Why was this a thing?
it. He's just sat there like a little kid, just like shaking it, saying it. It's lighting up. He's doing it constantly.
So while all that was going on, Gideon is just kind of going to be like trying to look casual, but just sort of like sidling along the wall, trying to get closer to the tree to see if there's anything for her.
Okay, roll an
I give Gideon a little shove.
Like stumble a bit and then recover. What did you ask me to roll? Investigation.
please.
It's a supportive shove to the tree. I'm not being.
Yeah, Ty's just suddenly got real savage. Like, get out of here! So as you turn to like subtly make your way over to the tree there, obviously Tide gives you a little nudge in the right direction.
A nudge,
You
yes.
stumble a little bit. You manage to like gather yourself, like, oh, no, I didn't. It's fine, and carry on going as you know, subtly as you can. As you do, Taliscar's eyes are just on you the whole time, like she's watching every single step that you make, which probably is making you a little bit more nervous.
Yeah,
As you,
just like not looking at all at Talisker, like totally ignoring her.
as you kind of make your way over, you're trying to like look like you're not looking for a present while looking for a present. So you're kind of like trying to look at Airdrie as if like that's what you were looking at the bookshelf while doing really quick glances. You think you managed to see a couple of presents under there with your name on.
I think there might be something for me. And then just
Oh,
look
what
at
a
them.
surprise. I did say I'd got something for everybody.
Okay.
Tyler's guy with a burn there. I like it.
So,
I'm going. Yeah, I will pick them both up and like look between them, and then kind of glance at Talisker and open the one that she's given me first.
okie dokie. So again, they're all pretty much just signed the same. And inside you find a purplish dragon gem, which, when you are casting a spell, you can impart some surplus energy to it to cause it to glow dimly for a few seconds. You can add it to your inventory. It is on D&D Beyond.
Thank you, Talisker. Thank you. I've always wanted one of these. It's very shiny.
It's mainly for decoration, but I thought it seemed your colour.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, right. She's like, okay, you're trying too hard now. She kind of smiles, goes back to like looking at whatever's on her desk.
Okay, and then I will. I'm gonna take the other one back over to Oinkfat and then see if I can get Oinkfat to open it, like you would when you try and get a dog to like rip paper off a present. Like that's what I'm doing with Oinkfat.
Roll me animal handling.
Oh God!
There it is.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you've been bonding with Oinkfat. You've brought him back, and you were carrying him for a real long time. So he kind of gets what you wanted him to do as you put this like quite thick present. Like it feels soft, but you kind of put it down and you're like showing him how to pour it. Talisker has like looked up from the scroll that she was looking at, and she's just staring at you like, what in the like? Ugh, why did I hire these people? But Inkpat kind of gets what you want him to do and starts like using like his little tusks and things and like ripping into it. And as he does that, you can start to see like cloth inside it.
I will. I'll let Oinkfat carry on for a little while, but when it becomes obvious that he has no opposable thumbs and can't get the rest of the paper off, I will
He's
like.
limited. He is limited.
Yeah. Yeah. Start pulling the rest of the paper off.
Okay, okay. As you do that, you find. I've forgotten what. Oh, yeah. You find a dark grey hood with silver runes around it, which is a runic hood. I think I've put it in D&D Beyond as.
Okay.
Or possibly a rune embroidered hood. It could be one of the two.
I'll try both.
You'll find it, I'm sure.
I'm like, oh my God. I love it. Straight on my head. Like straight away.
Very fashionable.
Thank you. And thanks whoever got me this. I love it. So mysterious. And then I'm like sort of pulling it down and like looking dramatic and maybe doing like a chill touch, so the skeletal hand is kind of like imposing and like sending the skeletal hand across the room and stuff.
Okay, okay.
I like it.
Hopefully Endo is very distracted by the...
Send it the
Endo,
opposite. For once, I will send it the opposite way, away from Endo.
Endo has not noticed anything. His head has not come up. He's still mesmerized by this little snow globe.
Okey-dokey. Who next?
I think Tide is trying to exercise restraint and just looks at Airdrie like.
I agree with both.
Okay.
Yep.
Roll investigation to find your presence.
I certainly can try.
They're on your D&D Beyond sheet, Endo. I've put them in there for you. Yep, so it's kind of clearing a little bit under the tree now. Obviously, quite a few people have gathered their things. So you are able to clearly identify one of the packages has Taliscar's signature kind of thing on there. And the other one has your name kind of very scruffily scrawled on there.
I glance at Endo.
Endo's just mesmerised. He's not noticed. at the moment.
What are the sizes of both of these gifts?
So the one from Taliscar is kind of like maybe it's a box and it's maybe a little bit smaller than a keyboard kind of size.
Okay.
As in a typing keyboard, not a playing keyboard. And the other is quite a large gift. So if you can imagine, if you like wrapped up, I don't know, it's not a hoodie, but if you wrapped up a hoodie or something, like folded it up and kind of then wrapped that, it's that kind of size.
I will start with Taliscar's gift, please.
Okie dokie. Let me actually find it. Yep, so as you open it, you find a kind of dark leather belt that's got loops for holding weapons and trophies collected from foes vanquished in battle. It has also been branded with the Nameless name on there. It is called a trophy belt, and you should be able to find it on D&D Beyond.
Okay. Why, thank you, Taliscar. This is actually going to be coming quite handy. I was a bit hesitant about these gifts, but seems you know me well.
Well, I'd noticed you like collecting things. And she kind of like raises an eyebrow and she's like, perhaps this will be helpful then.
I think it probably will. And she slips the belt around her waist and fastens it on.
Okay.
And yeah, well, I wonder who's got me this gift.
Who could have got you that?
As soon as Endo hears Audrey say, "I wonder who would have got me this gift," Endo just like turns around and he's just like staring quietly, just like watching.
I'll pull out one of my daggers and slice open the wrapping paper along the seams delicately.
Okie dokie. As you slice open the wrapping paper, it becomes apparent to you that this is some form of breastplate. It has a design of a fireplace on the front. It is the breastplate of the hearth. And while wearing this armour, you may cast Absorb Elements at 2nd level from the armour for 5 damage.
Oh, nice.
Well,
thank you, whoever possibly got me this.
Endo's really, really, really giddy and he's smiling and he's just looking at you intently. And he just breaks. He goes, "That was me."
Was
got
it,
you that?
Endo? Ah, that's so thoughtful. She
I
nods his
was
head.
I was thinking that you is a warrior and you fight all the time, and sometimes people have said things like you are very cold. So Endo just wanted to warm you up, and I was told that this is some kind of like, and he looks slightly at Gideon over his shoulder, some kind of like magical item, and it will help keep your heart warm and all your body warm and everywhere else. So now you won't get cold no more. So people can't say that. And then he just smiles at you.
And she gives death stares to everybody else. Thank you, Endo. My heart feels warmed already.
Yay! And then Endo turns back to his noise and like his little like toy and everything. He's loving it. He's happy.
Daggers are still cold as steel, though.
Yikes.
Love it.
Merry Christmas!
I think Tide's going to sidle over now. I'm still trying to be very restrained.
This is a lot of restraint actually for Tide. I expected him to be like underneath the tree, like.
Yeah, my eyes are wide. I'm looking. I've been waiting.
Investigation, please. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So as you kind of like, you've been waiting for this moment. This is your moment, and you kind of go over, eyes wide. Immediately, you spot 2 presents with your name on there. You also see gifts under there for Oinkfat, Tathra, and Talaskar.
Ooh, I think Tide's eyes go really wide when he sees his own presents, but I think, I just say, guys, there's more presents here for you guys and for Oinkfat as well, and kind of gesture. But yeah, how big are these presents for me?
They're both quite. You could carry them both. They're both quite like in medium-sized boxes.
Oh, great, they're in boxes?
Yes.
I'm going to grab them and just slash all of the stuff off.
Oh god. Okie dokie. Are you doing one at once or?
No, not even remembering to look at the who it's from. I'm just slashing away. I'm too excited now.
Okay, in one of them you find a snowball sling. When a stone is placed in the sling, the moisture in the air around it freezes, and it deals an extra 1d4 cold damage when you use it.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
It is
My eyes are scanning for rocks, even as I'm also looking at this second.
In the second one, you find what looks like an instrument cover. It's made of deer hide lined with protective felt for added protection for your panpipes, and the initials RT are embroidered onto the cover.
Oh my god. Right, I immediately take my panpipes off and wrap them up and put them back on. And I'm just going to run outside and look for a rock.
Fantastic.
And I think I just yell, thanks, as I Can I steal a rock off the snowman's face or body?
Yes, you can.
Amazing.
Unless you want to have one eye, in which case, yeah, you can take one off there too.
Yeah, no, I'll take a button. I'm not feeling too aggressive.
Okie dokie.
And I'm just going to throw the rock outside. I'm going to try and sling it outside just to see. Oh my god, I love it. Right, yeah, Tide has zoomies. Roll to hit. Oh god. What do I need to type in to find this thing?
It is called the snowball sling. So as long as you've got homebrew ticked on your character, then you should be able to find it.
Amazing. And right, I'll try that, and then I'll try and have these panpipes.
Okay, that's fine. So as you kind of excitedly grab this stone off the snowman, put it in the snowball, as you pull it back, you can see it start to freeze up. And as you fire it off, you just miss the window of the building opposite. It just manages to hit the window frame and drop down. Otherwise, it would have gone through the window of the building opposite.
Oh, thank God. Amazing. Yeah, Tide has zoomies. I'm just going to be running around. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
So upon hearing that there was a gift or gifts under the tree for her, Tathra kind of really slowly, almost as if she's a little bit scared too, kind of like steps towards the tree and like gets down on her hands and knees and starts to like look under it, and finds 2 packages under there, which she excitedly, as soon as she realizes, yes, okay, these are her gifts, it does have her name on, there is like no restraint, then Endo would find himself just with flurries of like wrapping paper all around him as she's like ripping into these things. And anybody that kind of looks away, the second they look back at her, she is fully dressed in an owl bear onesie with a scarf around her neck, and she is
Oh my god,
excitedly,
yes.
like running around, almost following Tide as he's got his zoomies. Like she's kind of doing the same thing as well. She's like, "Thank you. I've never had gifts. Thanks. And don't look at me. I'm an owl bear."
Endo just jumps up and he's like, "Oh my god!" And he puts the ball in his little like bum pack that he's got. It's a weird little storage thing, and he just grabs his noisemaker and he's just rattling his noisemaker, and Tide's running around and he's chasing after her. It's like awesome.
There's more gifts under there. Like Tathra says as she's carrying on running around, pretending to be an owl bear.
Was there something for Oinkfat?
I believe the Tide mentioned there was something.
Okay, Gideon is like runs at the tree.
Oops.
Can I find if the I see if there is
there's
any?
barely anything left under there now. There's like some gifts for Talisker and a gift there that quite clearly has Oinkfat's name on it.
Okay, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna just want to read this on his character sheet again. Okay, I'm gonna put it down on the floor there, and then I'm gonna step, so it's like here, and step back, and then I'm gonna be like, "Charge, Oinkfat, charge!" So Oinkfat's got an ability that if he moves at least 20 feet straight towards a target and then hits it with his tusks, it like does extra damage. So I want to see if I can try and get him to totally open the present.
Okay, yeah. So roll for it. As you say that, as you're like, charge, charge, he's like, you know, like when bulls are like, like I don't know, like putting their hooves down, yeah, as if they're like getting ready to go. Oh dear.
Yeah, not a great roll.
And he starts like running at it, and then gets distracted because he smells something from the kitchen. So like stops and like literally walks around it and starts like trying to get past Durama because he can smell food in the kitchen.
Like, oh, Oinkfat, we got to work on that, buddy. And then I will go round him and pick it up and open it and see if I can entice him with whatever it is.
Okay, so inside it you find the Familiar's flagon, which is detailed on his character sheet, I think. Yeah, it's the wondrous item. Yeah. So it looks like a minuscule keg, barrel or cask, and it can be hung around his neck. You can spend a minute pouring a potion into it. It can only hold 1 potion at a time, and then the familiar can actually spend its action to administer the sword potion on another character at a later point.
I feel like that's like mild DM shade about the fact that we're always unconscious.
That wasn't my call. That wasn't my call.
Love it.
Shade.
Oh, this looks like it could be useful. I just remembered that we should really buy healing potions before we go out again.
You should, or utilise your garden.
Oh yeah.
To the garden!
Because the garden is capable of producing enough herbs for 4 potions.
Yeah, but is it though? Is it though? Tide? Is it? Is it producing enough herbs for healing?
Oh yeah, Tide is fully cold turkey since the first time he nearly died.
He is having a rough time.
The only thing I'm burning is like sage.
So watching the kind of chaos go on around her, Talisker kind of like slowly stands up and wanders over to the tree and like reaches underneath it to pull out various different sizes of gifts. How many has she got here? That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so she pulls out 6 different presents. Somebody went a little bit crazy. And she's kind of like, oh. And like takes them back to her desk and begins opening them. Inside she finds 2 black dagger sheaths, a corded bracelet, 2 items of key putty, and a ring blade. As she's opening them, you can see, like, anybody kind of paying any attention to her can see that she's actually quite impressed with the gifts that she's got. She's like, oh, and then kind of is looking around to see if she can see anybody looking at her to try and determine if she's got other gifts.
Gideon is staring at the floor.
Do we all need to roll deception?
Only anybody being deceptive would need to roll deception.
True.
Is there anyone
Yeah.
here being deceptive? Yeah. There we go. Let me just find Talisker.
I'm just too busy trying to stop Oakenfact from trying to ransack the kitchen.
1 second. Why don't I have a character? Oh, thank God. Oh, I thought I'd lost Talisker then. That would have been very upsetting. Yeah, so...
Oh.
Wow.
So Gideon is trying her best. She is looking down at the ground. She's distracting herself with oink fat. And as she kind of casually like looks up after she thinks it's been a decent amount of time, she just sees Talisker sat kind of staring, smiling at her. And she's like, thank you, Gideon. I do appreciate the gifts.
I'm okay.
Now, if you would like to make your way into the kitchen, I have had a special meal prepared.
By Endo?
Wait, there's food?
Food?
There is.
Out of the way, Oinkfat! Make room!
Yeah, Jeremiah just walked straight through it, hearing there's food in here that's been prepared.
Oh no, my screen went a bit funny. Oh, it's okay.
So, at each of the place settings on the table, you each find a little box that is wrapped in white wrapping paper with a red ribbon.
I mean, Tide's just going to rip into it. I think Tide's beyond.
So on the red ribbon you can see a little greeting card as well, which has the word Yuletide on it.
I'm going to use one of my daggers to just try and peel it open.
Okay. Yep, so you peel it open and looking inside it, it looks to be empty.
Tide?
It's not me.
Is it? Why are these empty?
I don't know. Is there just one or is there loads?
There's one for each person at the table.
Yeah, I'm going to open mine as well.
Yeah, I will open mine.
Did anybody eat them all? Endo?
No.
So every
You're
single one
hungry.
of them has the ribbon with the word Yuletide on there, and if you are opening them, you find nothing inside.
Endo doesn't open his, he just leaves it there and just looks at it a little bit puzzled and then ashamed and then looks away. And he just talks to the girl.
So Tassa kind of sees you look at it and like look away, and she's like, "Aren't you gonna open your present?"
I I don't know what that is. And he points to the words.
So she kind of like leans in and she's like, you, I can do this. Yuletide. And as she says that, all of the packages explode with a pop, and the blaring of festive trumpets kind of fill the room. Lots of decorations start springing up around the room. There's like garlands and winter flowers and bright red baubles and things, along with the amazing aroma of freshly baked goods.
Oh my god.
I think it's safe to say that at this point, Jeremy is literally just like back against the wall, a bow in hand, like, what the? Hang on a second. This is not good.
This is great.
This is Yuletide, Tathra says and grins. That was good, wasn't it, Endo?
That was fantastic. I don't even know what that was, but it didn't hurt me, so I like it.
And in the middle of the table is another large box that, like, coming from it, you can smell food.
I'm like having to restrain Oink Fat at this point.
I can smell there is some food. It smells nice.
Are we gonna open the box?
I don't know, is it going to explode?
Try it, Endo.
Yeah, food feels like a job for Endo, right?
Just unless we get a piece to eat.
He just looks at Gideon and he's like, he would have probably opened it, but the fact that Gideon was the first one to say try it, Endo, he's hesitant. He's like, no, I think I will use some restraint, I think. And he just like calms himself and he makes him makes himself look all proper, and he's like, no, I will wait.
No, and Endo, we insist. I mean, there's food in that box. You're the food expert, so it's a job for you, surely.
Yeah, he's got his fingers interlaced, and then he just undoes them, and he's just like tapping his fingers across his chest, like, and you can see that he wants to, just he's hungry.
Soon as Endo's not doing it, I'll lean across with a dagger in hand and just have a look at trying to open this box any way I can.
Straight away, Endo's really glad. He's just got this little smile as he sees Duramiah do this.
Yeah, so it looks to be some sort of crate, and as you kind of put your dagger in and like start lifting the lid, the smell of food just really hits you. And looking inside, you can see that there are various plates of ready to serve like food in there.
Are they all the same sized plates, or are some larger than others?
There are some larger than others, depending on what you get. So inside, you would be able to, like, just glancing around, you can see that there is a whole turkey there, roasted, ready. Some fresh white bread, an assortment of vegetables, potatoes, carrots, peas, brown gravy and cranberry sauce, stuffing, some roast pork, which could be a bit awkward right now.
Oh,
and some cheese and crackers.
Seeing that there's loads of food in there, I'll just start literally just putting everything onto each plate and then just handing it out to people. But like, Tide, here's yours. Adri, here's yours. Gideon, yours. And one of the largest plates, Endo, here's yours.
Thank you, Duramiah.
And another large plate for me, because I'm hungry. And then I'll look over at Talisker. You want any?
No, thank you. I'm busy. And she kind of walks away. You could just get the impression that she would find it very awkward, like sitting and having a meal with you all.
and then I'll give Tataka a portion as well, because I'm not mean like that.
Okay. She happily takes the food. She's like, "Thank you," and like starts digging into it.
You'd notice that Endo just like whole potatoes. Endo would try to save with skin on or something like that. Just to let you know, just FYI there. But
Gideon like leans over when she notices that that Endo's doing that, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, that's a smart move, Endo. You never know when the potatoes are going to start speaking to you."
Endo's just like he's quietly nodding and smiling, and the ones that are chopped up that are obviously deceased, he is removing from his plate and putting on like a little saucer respectfully. And the other ones he's just like picking up with his hand if there's a solid potato, and he's just like you just see this hand come up from underneath the table, grab it, and then go underneath, and he's just cleaning all the gravy off of a napkin, and he's just like stuffing it into his bag.
Amazing.
Right. Well, while he's picking apart his food, I am assuming you are all.
No
going
one would
to
know that.
Tuck in to the food. So while you are enjoying your holiday meal, you've kind of been sat there maybe like 30, 40 minutes, as you kind of hear Talisker make her way. Yes, they would know that.
Okay.
Make her way back to the door, and she's like, "Well, I hope you're all enjoying your feast."
Thank you, Talisker. It's very good.
Good.
Very nicely cooked food. Thank you.
Yeah,
You sure you don't want any?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you,
When-
Talisker.
Yes. What are you doing with those forget it. When you're finished, there is a simple little errand I would have you run. I'll be waiting in the by my desk. Enjoy. And don't leave those potatoes lying around like the last lot. I had to throw them out. And she walks away.
Oh my god, she killed them all.
No, she meant release into the wild, Endo.
They went to live on the farm.
Oh, thank God. I had painstakingly tried to rescue them from the dangers. Oh.
So Talisker goes and sits back down and is just waiting for you all to finish your normie food.
PTSD.
While we're eating,
PTSD.
while we're eating, Gideon's just like, does anybody else feel like Talisker maybe just bought us gifts because she's about to send us off to our deaths again?
Oh, totally.
She always
Okay,
does
as long
that,
as it's
though.
not just me.
Does no one else
What
think
is
she
it?
actually maybe kind of likes us?
Yeah, what is you talking about? She is a really nice person. I don't think that she's nasty.
I mean, people here bought awesome gifts for me. I point to the quiver of arrows on the back of on my back and be like, these are going to come useful.
And someone gave Endo the ability to see in the dark. So, okay, I do not think that that is a very small thing. That is a very nice gesture.
Yeah, but and we like each other. Gideon sort of says in a bit unsure. I
Well,
think Talisker just keeps us around because we're useful.
Talisker smiles at me all the time, so maybe it is just you, Gideon. And he's got like a right snotty little face because of
Talisker
he
really
knows
like
he's
my
being
presents,
teased,
actually.
He just doesn't know how.
At this point, having finished my plate of food, I'm just going to start hunting for that tome because the note was like just the note I got with the quiver. I'm like, okay, I'm going to hunt now for this birdwiller's tome somewhere.
assuming you would search room by room, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm going to go every room that I can do.
Okay.
Do not go in my room.
Sounds like a clue.
Sounds like a dagger in the hand, and not my hand.
Be
Sounds like
careful if
a
you
lack
go
of
in.
healing.
Be careful if you go in my room, Jeremiah. Just like don't stand on anything.
Have you put potatoes in your room, Endo?
Endo just looks down. And he's just like he busies himself with something, and ignores the question.
So yeah, first room will be the training room, because possibly odd place to put it, but never, you know.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll me an investigation for that. We're not going
I
to do
have a
every single
feeling
room
I'm
right
gonna.
now, but we will just do it throughout the session. I'll just have you roll random investigations.
14.
Yeah, so you start like you searching in the like chests and stuff that have got like supplies in there. You can't find them. You're rummaging through all the drawers. You try and lift the trapdoor in there, but it's stuck and you just can't get it up. You're like, right, where is it? Okay, you look underneath the polar bear that's on the like polar bear rug, and you're like, no, it's not there. Behind the like targets for the arrows, and you cannot find it anywhere in that room.
Okay,
Wow.
one room down.
While he is doing that, what is everybody else doing?
I would be like, I would ask Hyde about if there's any herbs or healing, anything that can heal us in the garden.
Let's have a look. I'm down to have a look. We can get a little
Yeah.
Yuletide cauldron going, right?
Endo can help. Endo can prepare a giant kettle for the herbs.
Oh yes. That'd be very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, we can head up while we've got the search for the
Yep.
book.
So, who is going upstairs? Gideon and
Wink
Oink
Fat comes everywhere with me. Yeah.
Amazing.
Love it.
Okay. Let me just, because I'm randomly moving the sleigh with you. I don't think. Oh my god, it's gone. Well, that was it. You had a sleigh. It's gone now. Feel bad. So if you scroll across, I have just popped you into the garden. Once you are in there, can you both, if you're both looking, can you both roll me nature checks to see if you can find the right things for your potion?
Or could I help?
I was going to say my nature is a solid +0. If I could help you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Either way. A solid +0.
Oh boy,
Solid.
not great roll.
Yikes.
Yeah, not ideal. So you kind of go out there, and there is a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of things growing. You kind of like look to Tide, expecting Tide to kind of know, you thought he knew his herbs and things like that. He's kind of just like looking around. You can tell he's still almost buzzing from getting the gifts. He's a bit like wide-eyed, like. So you're like, oh, okay, he's not going to be much help here. So you kind of start like kneeling down, having a look. You cannot identify what herbs you would need for any sort of healing potion or anything like that.
I'm not I don't know, I'm afraid.
Maybe Taliscar knows where we can buy some.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like if she's going to send us to our deaths again, we should maybe take precautionary measures so we don't die this time, or at least go unconscious.
Yeah, I'm down for not dying.
Are you heading back downstairs?
Yeah.
Yes.
A little disheartened. You arrive back downstairs. And bump into Jeremiah, apparently, who is just coming out of the main room.
Whoever hid that book hid it well.
Maybe it was the thieves.
Maybe.
Keep looking, I'm sure you'll find it. I
Yeah.
just wander off nonchalantly.
I might try your room then, Tide.
No, just a hammock in there. Can I close my door before I leave?
Yes, you can close your door. 1 second. I will do that for you now. Tide's door is
Amazing.
closed.
That's not suspicious at all. Just, yeah, I'll go into my room and just literally just be like, okay, have they hidden it around near me? In the ultimate irony of you wake up and see it, but you don't realise it's yours.
Okay, investigation. As he's doing that, as Gideon, as you come in, Edra seems to have made herself comfortable on a sofa, just waiting for people to turn up.
Basically, yeah.
Oh yeah, fully gonna have a quick nap.
And Telescar is kind of sat behind her desk, like almost like drumming her fingers on the desk, like quite clearly waiting for everybody to arrive, but not wanting to be too forceful with it, to be like, yeah, hurry up when you're trying to enjoy like a holiday meal.
Gideon is like sort of looking very awkward and kind of like shuffling closer to Telescar's desk, and then says, Telescar, do you know if there's somewhere that we might be able to buy some healing potions?
I'm sure there are plenty of places you could buy healing potions. However, you could just ask, and I will give you these two.
Oh, yes, please. Can we have those two, please?
Since you ask so politely, and she hands you two greater healing potions.
Ooh. Thank you, Telescar. Thank you.
Happy Yuletide.
Happy Yuletide. I'm seeing that Tide has come in. I'm going to immediately go over to Tide and give him one of them.
Oh my god, yes. I clutch
Okay.
it.
He hugs it close to his chest, like, yes.
I think it might be better if somebody else has mine in case I drop again. Can I just pass it to Adrian?
I'll step. All right, that's probably a good idea.
Cheers.
Who would like the other one?
Oh, can Oinkfat hold one? Was that the...
Yeah, he can have what I was maybe going to leave him here and not take him with us, but if we want to take him with us...
We can leave him here. I mean, pork is common for Yuletide.
Yeah,
I would get it.
Telescar is just getting more and more, like, her eyes are getting wider, and you're like, we can leave him here. She's like, you're leaving that here with me.
No, not with you, Telescar, in my room.
And what if it needs to go outside to do things, or needs feeding or something? You did say you would take care of it.
Okay, we'll take him with us.
As soon as you say that, she kind of like relaxes a little bit in her chair, as much as she ever relaxes. Like, she kind of like, you see her like, right, yes. And then like she goes back to what she was doing. Jeremy, you search your room. You know all the little hidey places. It is your room after all, and you find nothing.
Oh, okay. I'll just head into the main room and meet up with the rest of the guys. Endo, you not finished eating yet?
Endo is making potions and things. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Yeah. And
Yes, who said that? Where are you?
potion is a no go. We can't find any herbs.
But would you like some assistance?
Sure. I think Gideon was going back upstairs. I'm kind of mid nap right now.
Okay, well, if the all omnipotent powers that be could move Endo to where he needs to be.
I poke my head round and look at Gideon.
Okay.
I-
You would
I
know
can
where the
help.
garden is, right? You would have probably.
Yeah, no. I just absolutely want Gideon to take this one so I can keep my nap going.
And I was just meaning that my roll 20 is naff, so if someone could just move my dog.
Okay. Yeah. So Endo, you're like, oh, okay. Off I go to try and find the herbs and make your way up to the garden.
Like, take care of Oinkfat then, and then I will head to the garden as well.
Okay.
I could loink fat while asleep.
So, Gideon, you find yourself in the garden again for the second time, but this time with Endo.
Okay, where are the herbs that you were looking at, Gideon?
They're around here somewhere. There's things growing over there.
Okay, let's have a look. What would I need to
Nature.
roll?
You can do it. Being that Gideon's there, I assume she's attempting to help as much
Yes,
as she
I'm
can.
pointing at a flower.
These potions are going to be interesting at this rate.
There we go.
Oh, nice. You don't even need the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So you're kind of like. Gideon's pointing towards a flower, and she's like, yes, there's things growing over there.
No,
And-
Gideon, they're poisonous. Not those
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
That would make Tide's fur fall off, and it would probably make Duramiah pass out. So no, we don't want that one.
Oh, okay.
But you managed to locate the right potions that you would require for a healing potion, so you kind of pull them up and you're holding them in your hand quite successfully.
So, there you go, Gideons. These ones, look. They've got these funny looking leaves with the little thing on there, look, and it looks all prickly, but it's not. When you touch it, it doesn't hurt you, but it looks like it would. Those are the ones we need.
You know a lot about this stuff, Endo.
When it comes to cooking something, Endo is the man.
Except potatoes, right?
Gideon, we shouldn't talk about this. Let's go. Let's go and make these
Yeah,
potions.
You're right. The potatoes deserve our respect, and we shouldn't mention them again.
Yes, let's just go and make these potions so that the smaller people and if there's big things that hurt Endo, we can heal ourselves.
Good idea.
So, moving you back downstairs.
There we go.
And you
it's working
successfully come back with your your herbs in hand. Can you roll me a medicine check, please?
I certainly can attempt to do so.
Yeah. And you manage to brew up 4 potions of greater healing.
Here you go, Gideon. He just brings them back to her and just hands her all 4. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like juggle them, nearly drop them. Managed to catch them.
Don't worry, Endo puts them in wooden like flasks. You can drop them; they won't break.
Oh, that's smart, Endo. I think there's enough here. We should all take. We've got enough for everybody. You take one.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And then I'm gonna sort of carry them back through, and then like a goth Santa Claus, I'm gonna give everybody one. Like, you get a potion and you get a potion.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Greater
Um,
healing yourself.
Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't catch that. I think you broke up a bit for me.
Is that greater healing? You said this
Yeah,
potion. Normal.
yeah, yeah. So
Ooh,
Endo,
great.
Jeremy, Edry, Tide,
Well, I've already
me.
got one. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Tide. So all of us plus Inkfax, we got 6, right?
Yes, you
Taliscar
have.
gave us
Yep,
2, and we just
Talisker
got
gave you
4.
2 and you got 4, yep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna very carefully pour one into the little minuscule keg that hangs around Oinkfat's neck.
Okay. Yep, so you managed to put that in there. So he is carrying that now as one of his actions. He can administer that to somebody. As you're kind of doing it, he's like sniffing at you, like thinking that you're obviously going to bring him some food. And when you don't, he's like sulking. He like looks down at the floor, like
Oh,
grunts a little bit as if to be like, well, that's not acceptable.
just before, I just quickly run back into the kitchen and have I got anything that I could put stuff in? No, not really. Okay, I'm just going to try and like scrape some leftover vegetables and see if there's any potatoes where Endo was sitting, and like take a bunch of stuff and try and like hide it about my. I'm just gonna put it in the bag of holding. Sod it. I'm gonna
Okay,
let it float
And
around in the bag of holding.
lovely.
Endo did leave the remains of like chopped up potatoes that he felt was deceased. They were left on a plate that he was going to like perform some ceremony for, but he went and helped with the potions. So there would have been that plate of potatoes.
Okay, so I'm gonna take that and some veggies, put it in the bag of holding, and then come back and just give Oinkfat like slip in one of the little bits of potato.
Like Fat happily like gobbles it up and then is your best friend again now. He's like leaning against you as you're stood next to him, like wanting like little scratches on the head and things.
Yeah, give him a little fuss and like, who's a good immortal pig? Who's a good immortal pig?
Telescope is just kind of sat watching, like, right, yes. Anyway, now that we're all gathered, uh, a very strange village has requested some assistance. The town of Crewville. Have any of you heard of it?
No.
Have we heard of it?
No, you would not have heard of it.
Don't think so.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Well, it's up in the north. Apparently, they're having some issues with lost items. They think there's a thief running around the village. They've offered a reward, of course, if you can head up there and try and resolve it. Speak to the mayor when you get there. I have a wagon waiting for you outside.
Ooh,
Great.
this time we get wheels.
Yes, it's a little
Why does it
far
always
to
seem we're
walk.
looking for lost items, people?
Fetch
Because-
quests.
Talisker, come on. I'm a hunter, I'm a killer. Why am I always looking for stuff? Lost children, lost items.
I think, based on your tooth count, you've killed quite a few things.
Yeah, the amounts of times Endo has had to like wash himself when he gets back is like, yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone through a lot of bloodstains, my washies.
I hope you're washing yourself regularly, Endo.
Endo washes himself twice a day. Thank you very much.
And who knows, perhaps you could hunt the thief and kill him.
Oh, I'm in.
Adri, ask what the reward is.
How much are they offering to catch a thief?
You would probably be better speaking with the mayor about that. To
And
me,
what
he
is
gave a
their name?
low amount. He said around 150 gold pieces each, but I'm sure you can work your wonders and ensure that you get a little more.
And what was the mayor's name?
Mayor McStrudel.
Wow.
Strudel. he's called after a pudding.
Let's get the anti-Santa, guys.
How many days travel is it, Telescar?
With the cart, perhaps 2. Why? Is that a problem, Gideon?
No, no problem. No, just wanted to know where we were going, really. How far, how long we might be away.
Sitting in a carriage with a pig.
Also
Glare
Oink
at
Fat.
Adri and cover Oink Fat's ears.
Oh, no, it isn't. Misspelled.
Okay, so Endo would just turn to everyone and just go, well, if Oink Fat is going to be a problem, because he smells, why does not
Oink Fat
Tatra?
looks sad.
Oh.
I was only joking, Oink Fat. I was only joking, but sometimes your bottom makes noises.
He looks up at Gideon, just very upset.
And then Endo just gets a little treat out of his little leather pouch thing and just passes it to him. He's like, "There you go. I was only joking."
Also, remember, he's a living shield.
Oh,
Adri! He's
I
like,
forgot. He can't die, can he?
Can't die.
Hmm.
well, I mean, cover his ears again. There's better uses for him than a shield.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he could make a
Trap
nice
tester?
dinner, but we can't do that.
He's got a potion. If one of us, he can run in and heal one of us if anything happens. He's like our backup plan.
Endo looks to Audrey and he's like, "She has a point, Audrey."
And so how big is this town? How many people are we likely to have to deal with?
It's a relatively small, mainly gnomish town, if I remember correctly.
Gnomes.
Small people. Well, smaller people.
Gnomes, eh? They're quite a lucky folk, aren't they?
Apparently not. They're having their things stolen.
But they won't be lucky if Endo doesn't see them. I'm liable to stand on one.
I'm fairly certain, though, that these are not going to be too small compared to you.
That's what my battle master used to say about the dwarfs. I flattened several of those.
I just you see Jeremiah just try and not facepalm, and then just heads to the door in that way of like, right, let's get this on the road.
As Endo follows you, he's just like, it's just the last time, Jeremiah, I was, cleaning off dead rats off of my slippers, and this time I don't want to be cleaning off dead gnome.
Well, what kind of gnomes are they, though? Are we talking forest gnomes? Or whatever the other kinds are?
Deep gnomes.
Yeah, the deep gnomes.
They're gnomes. I don't bother myself with the specifics of the meat. I mean, races.
Just push Oink Fat behind me.
I cast heroism on Oink Fat.
Love it.
You got this, buddy.
I love this group. I really do.
At least if Endo accidentally steps or falls on Oink Fat, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, he'll be alive, just flat.
Wow.
God.
Right, let's go.
Enjoy.
And as always, we'll try to bring you back a trinket.
Much appreciated. And she,
Or another pig.
just
Or
as,
another
as
child.
she's like, much appreciated at Airdrie's first comment. As soon as you say, like, she was actually doing an almost genuine smile. And then you ruined it with the pig thing, and her face just drops, and she, like, as you're kind of stepping out, she's just putting her head in her hands, like, oh. Like, this is such a headache for her.
Amazing. Can I swipe like half a dozen baubles off the tree when we leave?
Sure.
Honestly,
I don't.
I'm not trying to be shady. I just need ammunition. Like,
Oh, yes, absolutely. She, like, Talisker doesn't care about Yuletide.
Great.
So she wouldn't really care what you do with the tree. It's like, you get the impression that she's done her bit now. You know, it was like, okay, yeah, I put an effort
Yeah.
in. I really don't care now. Kind of just go, just get out.
Amazing.
And thankfully,
But if
the pig.
if she was a deep Southern American, she wouldn't care about Yuletide.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow. Very well played.
Brutal.
God.
Shade from the Australian.
Tide, I'm honestly surprised you haven't climbed the tree yet.
Maybe later. There's time.
As you all exit, you would find a quite comfortable looking car outside compared to the cart you took previously when you were with Ro. It looks like it's upgraded somewhat. You get the impression probably because Nameless is making a little bit more money now, Talisker can afford to splash out a little bit, and possibly she's, oh, that's because of the, hang on, I can fix that, there we go. She can afford to get better transportation for you. However, the driver is not a particularly cheery one, even given the time of year. It's almost as if he's a little bit miffed that he's having to do this journey when he wants to be at home eating holiday meals. So he's like, ugh, get in.
Hi.
I like boost Oink Fat up into the cart.
Hello,
Why is there a what?
my name is Endo.
Hello.
Look, it's just easier if you don't ask questions, okay?
Fine by me. And he kind of like whips at the horses and gets them going at quite a speed, really. And he talks to you very little on the journey there. On the second day, he's kind of slowing down a little bit. There's a snowstorm that's kind of blowing up. It's meant that he can't kind of move at the speed that he wanted to. Who has got the highest passive perception, please?
I'm on a 13, so not me.
I'm on 14.
Yeah, 13 here too.
Mine's 16.
Okay. So probably Endo then. So, yeah, Endo. So, as you're kind of like moving along, Endo, you notice something that doesn't quite seem like snow. Like just ahead of the cart, and you're kind of like really looking. It looks like it's a piece of paper, and as you're about to reach out for it, it smacks you straight in the face.
Endo found something, and he just takes it off his face, and he's got snow in his eyes, and he's just holding this piece of paper in front of him and waving it around in front of everybody so someone can take it.
Pass it here, and I'll read it then. And
I can't see. I got snow in my eyes, Jeremiah. Just take it.
I'll reach out and take it from Endo.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you take it's a very tattered piece of paper, and as
My eyes are cold now, Jeremiah. Ooh.
it's not Jeremiah's fault. As you look down on it, you read, "The crew up in Crewville, all snug in their beds, with visions of sugar plums alive in their heads, with no preconception or believe their own lie about the near ending of the season's Yuletide. The presents all gone, decorations no more, lively celebrations turned into a bore. Only one thing can stop it, or perhaps one of few. The future of Crewville's Yuletide falls to you.
Forever Christmas.
Someone's tried to make it a Christmassy poem, but eesh, look in your penmanship, people.
Endo just puts his head down when he does Jeremiah say that. He doesn't look at anybody, but he's just, yeah.
It's not about you, Endo. People write notes and they doesn't always rhyme. It's just one of those things.
Oh, right, okay.
It's not at you at all, mate.
Oh, okay.
Because I've just read all that out to the entire carriage.
So what do you guys all think that one means? The town trapped in forever Christmas?
Oh my god! Endo takes out his snow globe and just shakes it and then goes, like this, Audrey.
Sort of, but they don't sound happy about it.
And then Endo's just like looking at the snow globe, completely distracted, and he's just trying to see if there's any people inside it walking around.
Tide resists the urge to cast Minor Illusion.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No.
I resisted, it's fine.
Why is Minor Illusion such a good spell at such a low level?
So as you're kind of discussing this piece of paper, the driver kind of abruptly stops the car and he's like, "We're here. Off. I'll wait here."
Thank you.
And you have arrived in Crewville.
Ooh.
Well, I will have once one of these things loads.
Look, everybody. It's Santa. It's the evil one. He's probably the mayor, I would say. Mayor
Yeah,
McStrudel.
that's a good shout.
Oh, it's Mayor Pudding.
I take it it's all we can see everything. That's why it's all lit up.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Yeah.
It's snowy, but it's still like quite clear. There are lights all over town. You can hear some singing. Like most people seem to be like busying around. Like as you kind of walk past random people, they kind of wave at you. Little gnomes wave at you, and then carry on about the business.
All right, well, keep your eyes on your possessions, people. Things are being stolen, but let's go in.
Let's go for a hunt, yeah.
I got some teeth to collect.
Audrey, won't gnome teeth be very, very small?
Oh, got my new belt. There's room for it.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
So as you start kind of making your way into the town, a young girl starts kind of running towards you.
Nope, not me.
She's like, hello? Where'd you go?
Hello?
Hello? Welcome to Crewville.
Hello.
Oh, hello. I'm Cindy. Cindy Woohoo.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Endo. Endo Wakatakakakakage.
Nice to meet you.
Uh-huh.
Is the emphasis on the woo or the who?
The Who.
What's the? Are there any issues here in Grooville?
Issues? What do you mean?
We arrived here by that cart, and I point back at the carriage. Just nice looking place, but wondering if there's anything that could do with a bit of solving.
Oh,
Apparently you have a thief here.
I thought that might be what you're talking about. And like you see her, like she's been grinning and seemed genuinely happy, and now she's like, yeah, somebody came and stole all of the presents from underneath the tree.
Whoever did it, I need to have words with because that's not on.
It's really not. We love Yuletide here, and he's ruined it. I'm the only one that saw him, I think.
I look over at Tide and go, any chance you've got a pen and some parchment, mate? A quill and some parchment.
I think I might have given it all away. Yeah, no, I've not.
Can you describe this person then?
Yeah, I guess so. Are you gonna bring the presents back?
We
We're
will.
gonna try.
Okay.
We'll bring as many as we can carry. Put it that way.
Well, any's better than none, right? Well, let me think. He was weirdly tall for a gnome. We're quite small, as you can see. And
Endo giggles.
he was covered in this green hair. And he had a red coat and a red hat.
I'm just writing down tall brackets for gnomes, red coat, red hat, green hair. Okay. Did they say anything?
I didn't talk to them.
That's fine. That's fine. Did you see their eyes at all?
I didn't get that close. Maybe the mayor might know more? Like, I did tell the mayor what I'd seen. But he shooed me away a little bit.
The pudding man.
The pudding man? Mayor McStrudel? He lives over there.
Yeah.
And she indicates over here.
Sorry, my friend here heard strudel and then linked him to a pudding, apparently. Probably help.
Yeah, should we
So,
go find the mayor?
thank you, Woohoo, for your help.
Thank you for your help. We're all really grateful, I'm sure.
If you'll excuse me, I'd like to have a chat with the mayor before he brushes us all off and refuses to do anything.
That's fine. I'm gonna go build a snowman. She kind of wiggles through past people and runs off.
Can we go play and make a snowman?
Maybe later, Endo, after we've found this tall green person.
Okay, Gideon. I will try and contain my excitement.
Think of it as a reward for a job well done.
Okay.
I I look over at Gideon and just go, "We need the money as well."
Well, money and snowmen. I mean, isn't that why we do what we do?
Absolutely.
That's a quote right there. Woody and the Snowmen, isn't that why we do what we do? Fantastic.
Okey-dokey. Yep. So as you kind of head in the direction that Cindy directed you, that's a lot of direct. You do see a man just coming out of his house, and he's like, "Ah, hello there, young man. Can I help you?"
I'm with Nameless Adventure Group.
Ah, yes, yes, we sent for you. Welcome to Crewville.
Yeah, I just spoke to one of your citizens here. She seemed very jolly until I explained why we're here.
Ah, yes. You're here for the Grinch.
Grinch? Is this the tall green man?
Yes.
In a red
Kind of-
coat and a red hat.
I wasn't sure about the red coat and red hat. I know Cindy thought she saw that, but normally he's just green.
And who is this Grinch exactly?
He's an odd one. He lived in the village for a while. I actually went to class with him, but, well, he didn't belong here. We're a happy village, and we want to keep it that way. So please, if you'll find the lost presents and return them by tomorrow, then I can ensure that, well, all the citizens remain happy. We can't have Yuletide ruined by this Grinch.
Why didn't he belong
You know-
here? I mean, it sounds a little bit exclusionist.
He was different and, well, green.
What does
See,
that have to
when
do with anything?
And mean. He could be quite mean, as well as green.
Hmm.
Seeing as he lived here for a little bit, Mayor, where did he stay?
Oh, he stayed with Pastor Nicholas.
Okay, I'm just writing down.
He sounds
Pastor
like quite a
Nick.
jolly fellow.
Yes, jolly old Saint Nick. That's what we call him round here.
Hmm.
He's not living with him now, though. He left. He went up the mountain.
And so we've been told he's been stealing from the town, but did he do one big pinch, or has he been coming in and out gradually taking things?
Well, that's the thing. There were sightings of him. Occasionally he would, as we were putting up the decorations, he would come and steal the odd thing. But I just thought of it more of a nuisance than anything. I wasn't going to get anybody else involved. But then, the night before last, we all went to bed. And when we awoke, every present was gone.
So before, when taking the odd things, was that like the odd bauble here, or was that more like a present or something different?
No, anything to do with the Yuletide, he despises it. He would come into town and literally take the lights off some of the buildings here. He's a miserable creature. He's best up on Mount Strumpet.
Does he have any friends? Maybe if people were nice to him, he wouldn't seem so miserable and mean.
Friends? With the Grinch? No, he doesn't.
Uh-huh. Oh. Maybe that's why he's mean.
Quite possibly, Endo. Quite possibly.
So you said the Grinch went up a mountain. Where would we? Can you point us in the right direction?
Well, I never. The mountain's over there, and he kind of points towards the south. He's like, but I don't know exactly how to get up there. Evelyn may know.
I mean, it's a hill. You just walk up the side of it.
It can be quite steep in places.
Oh, I see.
I think Evelyn once got some sort of invitation from the Grinch, though of course she wouldn't go and see him. Why would she? She could do much
This
better than
is
him, and he kind of like starts like standing up, like straightening himself out a little bit.
this Evelyn. That's the person we just spoke to, isn't it? Who went after make a snowman.
No, that was
No,
Cindy
that's
Woohoo.
Cindy.
Oh.
You like Evelyn?
Well, it's funny you ask. No, yes, I do. Lady Evelyn is quite a beautiful. Well, she's a town beauty, and I think one day I will for sure get her hand in marriage. It's not been quite successful so far, but perseverance is key.
Sure. And is there any other competition in the village?
Competition for me? Absolutely not. No, no.
Okay. So where can we find Evelyn? I'd love to meet her.
Well,
Find out
Evelyn
about the
lives.
mountain.
Yes, Evelyn lives just next door, actually. Oh, there she is, actually. She's just over there. And he kind of gives a wave, and she kind of like half waves back out of politeness, but then kind of goes on about her business.
And how much were you paying us for this
Ah,
little mission of yours?
yes. I had offered 150 gold. I thought that was. I mean, of course, if you're willing to do it out of the goodness of your heart in the Yuletide spirit, then that would be amazing.
I
Well,
just
I've
step
recently
away from
found out that I have
Adrian.
quite a cold heart, so probably talking to the wrong person.
Not anymore, Audrey. I got you the special armor.
Yes, that's true, Anjo. But that mountain's probably quite perilous, and then there were only so many people and livestock. We're going to have to be trying to transport a lot of this stuff back down. It could be perilous.
Yes, you've mentioned the word perilous a few times there.
That's how tough I think this mission could be. And, we are restoring the Yuletide spirit. I mean, think of the joy that the whole town would get if we can return all of the gifts and lights and bring the spirit back to this season for you.
And I mean, you can't really put a price on happiness, can you?
Right?
But I mean, if you tried, what sort of price would you put on it?
A snowman.
Shush,
A
Endo.
snowman? Well, that seems a very fair price indeed.
No, we don't take payment in snowmen. I'm afraid we only deal in gold.
Ah, well, let me think. Airdrate roll persuasion with advantage because Gideon is helping you out in this, and I won't use Endo going a snowman as a disadvantage.
Now, why does it have to be me?
Right, yes. As you say, it is Yuletide, and, well, can you put a price on happiness? And he's kind of like mumbling to himself. He's like, well, I do.
I mean, imagine if we couldn't get this stuff back for you. How would you look as the mayor of the town?
I see what you're saying. I see. Yes. Well, I was going to offer 150 minutes. 300 each.
Wait, 300 snowmen?
Wait, I thought we were referring to gold. Are we?
Gold. I elbow Endo.
Going fat, go play with Endo. Look, only because it is the festive season, I think that's a fair offer.
Well, that's very kind of you. And he's like, you can see he's stood there like thinking, is it kind? Because actually I just had to double the amount that I paid. He's like, yes, as you say, it would be such a shame if it wasn't resolved, and I don't want to look bad as a mayor. But yes,
no.
300 seems fair. I think.
On the plus side, I mean, if we don't come back, it hasn't cost you anything.
Yeah, yes, I suppose so, although the gifts would still be gone.
Yes, but they were gone before we arrived, so...
True. Well...
So, Evelyn, you say?
Yes, just over there, and he does a dramatic wave, and she kind of slightly waves back, and then carries on with putting the lights up on her house.
And also, good old Pastor Nick. Where would we find him?
Ah, yes, he's just... the house beyond this one, he's just over there, and he kind of indicates.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your assistance. We will go speak to your townsfolk to learn what we can about this dreadful enemy of yours and ready ourselves for the mission ahead.
Yes, just be careful. He's a mean one.
Oh, yeah. I can do with mean.
Okay. Yeah, so you've just spoken to Mayor McStrudel. He has told you about the Grinch and pointed you in the direction of Lady Evelyn, who will, in his mind anyway, one day be his wife, and Pastor Nameless, who the Grinch stayed with for a while.
Should we go for the love interest first?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean the Grinch's love interest.
He's the closest one to us.
Was it? Yeah.
Evelyn.
Yep, so she's kind of putting the lights up on the outside of her house as you approach her.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Gideon. We're just in town trying to help out, get these presents back. The mayor kind of sent us over this way. He said you might be able to give us more information about the Grinch.
Oh, information about him? Anything in particular?
Well, he said that you'd been invited up to the mountain where the Grinch is, and you might know how we could get there to go and talk to him.
Oh, of course, you're talking about the housewarming party. 1 second. And she kind of rushes inside and comes back out and hands you a very sloppily scrawled invitation to a housewarming party. That basically gives you directions, tells you how to, like, which kind of crack in the cliffside to follow to lead to the entrance of the Grinch's residence, I guess is the word.
I have a question, Evelyn. These instructions, do they apply even when it's snowy?
yes, I would. It snows quite a lot up here, but I would imagine so. Yes.
Okay, doesn't
I didn't follow them. I didn't attend. I wouldn't be going up there to the Grinch's house.
Why
Oh,
would you not go there?
do you not like the Grinch either?
He's a peculiar one.
Why is he peculiar?
Well, he's quite mean, and we're all very friendly here, and he's green and mean.
does he
You
usually? Sorry, Endo.
you keep saying that he's green. I don't understand that. I get that he's mean, and you could be trying to you could try to be friends with him, and he still might be mean. So okay, but what does it mean that he's just a different color? Endo does not understand. Why is that a problem?
Well, he just doesn't really fit in around here. None of us are furry and green.
As soon as she says that, Endo just like he's like really, yeah, he's really put off, and he's just like, Endo's gonna go over here and look at this tree.
Well, the mayor said that the Grinch used to stay in the village with Pastor Nick. Did something happen to him that made him start acting this way?
I don't know. He was always a little bit wild. The pastor would be the best person to ask. I tried not to pay much attention to him, to be honest.
Does he usually wear red, perchance, or is he more just a random colour?
Red. I've never known him wear anything before. Normally he's just, well, furry and green.
Oh, okay.
And Endo just quickly snaps back and goes, "We have someone who's furry, and he's grey. He's over there, look." And then just walks away.
Tide struts proudly.
Go on, Tide.
Oh,
Go
I
on,
thought you
Tide.
meant the pig.
The
I
bird.
think I go to load a snowball.
I can see this entire village just getting massacred.
The Grinch is a new orphan.
Oh no.
Oh
I'm
God,
putting out there, you
Talisker!
are not bringing home the Grinch, people. Can we keep him? No.
Now that you said it, Lynn,
Yeah.
Challenge
Oh,
accepted.
God. Imagine us walking through the door and Talisker just looks up and she's just like, "Nope, get out, out."
All of you.
the Grinch would fit perfectly in with Talisker.
No, what? Wow.
I mean, Talisker's been very nice to Endo, so I don't understand the hostility.
Well, yes, I can see you have a furry grey friend. That's nice. Is there anything else that you need? I need to finish putting up the lights.
Why
No,
would you
thank
be
you for
putting
your
up the
help.
lights if they keep being stolen?
Well, you've got to try and keep the Yuletide spirit alive.
And what is the Yuletide spirit?
Happiness and joy and...
For all?
Yes.
Unless you're green and furry.
Unless you're mean.
Interesting. Does she have a back
Andrew
window
just
to her?
disappears round the round the building again. Evelyn's like, actually, I think I've got things to do inside. Actually, and you do hear her like go inside and lock her door.
Does she have a back window?
Yes.
Can I spy through?
Sure.
It's
Roll
going.
stealth.
Where is it going?
Oh, stealth. All right, sweet.
Oh god.
Yep. Okay. So you kind of see her. She's like frantically like locked the door, put like the chain on, and she's like leaning against it, like, okay, everything's all right. And then she goes and sits down by a fire and nervously, like with her hands shaking a tiny little bit, picks up some knitting that she's been doing and carries on knitting a scarf.
And is there anything unusual in her house that might relate to the Grinch?
Roll perception. No, other than the fact that the scarf that she is knitting is green. That is the only thing that you would think anything like would remind you of anything to do with the Grinch.
Fair enough.
Should we try Pastor Nick?
He seems like a jolly fellow. I'm sure he'll get more out of him.
Hello, Pastor Nick?
Oh, hello there, young one. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Just trying to help track down these missing presents that we've heard so much about.
Ah, yes, that's is a bit of a problem. Can't have Yuletide with no gifts.
Yeah, the mayor said that you may be able to give us some information about the Grinch, and they think that he stole the presents. Do you know anything that might help us? We're going to go up to the mountain and talk to him and see if we can find out some more.
Ah, yes, well, I took care of the Grinch for a while. I was responsible for his upbringing here in Crewville. He was always a little odd. He would wander away from the village and not tell us where he was going. But I did try my best to instill some sense of kindness and empathy in him. And, do you know, at one point I did think I was getting through to him, but something changed and he left the village and went up the mountain.
Sometimes people prefer to be alone. I know I preferred being alone for a while.
Left or asked to leave?
I never liked to be alone.
I don't. I don't think it does him any good to be alone. He's his own worst enemy sometimes, and I do wish the people in the village had been a little more understanding of his differences.
You mean
The
the
fact-
fact that
the-
he's furry and green?
Yeah, thank you, Gideon. That is exactly what I was going to say.
Exactly. I mean, just because he's looks different to us doesn't mean he needed to be treated any differently. I think it didn't help that he was always wild and a little bit mean.
Did he display any additional abilities?
Additional abilities.
Yeah, like, was he particularly good at, say, I don't know, like, throwing things well from a distance, or
No.
dodging things, or things, if we do happen to unfortunately have to have a confrontation with him, something that might help us be better prepared for what might come our way.
I see what you're asking. No, he's not very talented at anything requiring athletic things, throwing, even fighting to a certain degree, but he has a vicious wit, and he will use it against you.
And I'm assuming he's obviously quite stealthy if he can get into town and continually steal things without people really noticing.
As soon as Audrey said that, Endo's just like squinting his eyes, looking around all over the place.
Yes, I believe he has come into town. He has even stolen from me, which I was quite surprised by. He took one of my red coats and one of my hats. Very strange.
That Cindy in the village.
Ah, yes, little Cindy.
Yeah, she mentioned that she noticed him in a red hat and red coat.
I can't think why he would steal them. I don't know what he would want them for. I usually wear them around this time of year when I'm giving out the gifts. But of course, there's no gifts to give out this year.
Did
Just maybe he wanted to make it look like you did it.
Well, perhaps. I mean, in all fairness, and I'm not one to focus on his differences, but I'm not green and furry, in case you haven't noticed.
And I know, but I mean, at a quick glance, you see a red coat and a red hat, and you assume the usual person who wears a red coat and a red hat, right?
Indeed, yes, possibly. Perhaps he was angry at me for some reason. I was always very busy during his childhood. I maybe wasn't as present as I should have been.
And now
Evelyn
he's taking the present.
Evelyn showed us an invitation to a housewarming party. Were you invited?
Housewarming? No, I didn't know anything about that.
That seems a little odd if you raised him and helped care for him for so long. Why did you guys fall out so badly he wouldn't even invite you to a housewarming?
I honestly do not know. I came home one day and he was gone. And I haven't seen him since. Though others in the village have glimpsed him, as you mentioned. Cindy, I think.
Do you recall what happened the day before he left?
Oh, I'm an old man now. My memory isn't quite as good as it used to be, I'm afraid.
No arguments or anything like that? Perhaps.
As I said, he was always wild. He would have. The people in the village could be mean to him as he was mean to them, and often he would come back here and throw tantrums.
You say he's mean. Is that just in like saying rude words to people, or what? How sort of mean are you saying?
Well, as a child, he was boisterous, would pick fights, and as I said, he has a quite legendary wit. He can cut you with his very words.
That I just glance over at Tide.
Yeah, Tide's looking really proud actually of this fellow furry kiddo.
So he does magic then? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Well, I wouldn't know. I don't know anything about magic myself. He has the ability to hurt people with his words, I think, and he can do certain things. Seems to make people think certain ways or move things. And he smells sometimes, and it's quite vile, to be honest.
Endo just looks at pork fat. Oink fat.
Oink! I was going to say.
Pork fat.
I mean, Endo
It,
was
like,
calling him
just
all sorts of things.
Like pushes her arm behind her and just like pushes Oink Fat away from Endo. Like, how dare you?
We're obviously all not from up here in the mountains where it's very cold. Would you happen to have earmuffs for everybody that we could cover our ears with to just keep our ears warm?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, friend. I don't have anything like that. I could have offered you my spare coat and hat, but, well, it's been taken.
Would anybody else in the town that you know have? Because I don't want to lose heat through my long pointed ears. That's all. So nice to be able to keep them toasty and warm.
Perhaps Evelyn, maybe? I know she's
Oh, I
quite
don't think Albin
fashionable.
likes me. To be fair.
Oh, well, no, probably
And I don't
not
like
then.
Evelyn. She's mean.
But not green, so she can stay in town.
Mm.
Oh, well, everybody seems to quite like her and be quite fond of her, really. I
Oh, she's that kind of town woman, is she?
remember even the Grinch was quite fond of her, I believe.
Well, Endo not fond of her.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
And I noticed your reindeer over here.
Yes,
What are they like on the mountains?
not good on steep climbs.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
And he kind of like looks and like gestures towards the reindeer, and it kind of like skulks off into the like trees. He's like, yes. Anyway, well, but best of luck to you. I do hope that you're successful.
We do too. We'd love to bring back Yuletide to this quaint little town of acceptance.
Excuse me, Mr. Man.
Yes.
Is there any kind of vehicle or like a car thing that moves on snow that we could borrow from anybody?
No, I'm afraid we don't have anything. You mean like a sleigh?
That's the one.
Well,
Yes, Queen.
it's funny. It's funny you should say that. We did actually have one in town, but that's gone too.
Oh, typical. Endo could have pulled everybody up there in that.
You must be very strong there.
Endo just quickly stands tall and proud and just looks down. He's like, Endo strong.
With his Rudolph red nose.
Oh,
Pulling
my
the
nose is a
sleigh
little
so
bit
bright.
cold, actually. He just rubs his nose.
I think we've talked to most people in town now.
Yeah, should we follow the instructions on this invite and try and head up the mountain?
And go attack this poor defenseless and picked on man.
I didn't
Don't
say
put it
that.
exactly like that, Adri.
We do have a chat with him, and if that chat means that he gets angry at us, then he's the one that getting angry at us.
If he gets angry, I punch him in the face.
We'll at least give him a chance to explain himself first.
No, we won't.
Well, no, Audrey, if I'm not punching the green person unless he's very, very mean.
That's true, but I don't want to hear him talk.
I mean, it's the smell that I'm curious about.
Oh, I can handle the smell. Dead bodies start to stink after a while, but...
Endo's only used to the fresh ones.
Alrighty.
Are we heading up?
Shall we? Can I... Can I try to pickpocket St. Nick?
Oh my god. Trust you to try and rob Santa Claus.
Sure, I guess.
What
I
makes me
figured
laugh?
he's looking away, distracted by everybody else. I thought I'd just, as I walk past him to leave, I might just try to, like, peel into his pocket.
Yeah, okay. Do me a sleight of hand.
Oh god, you're going to end up on the naughty list.
Oh, damn it. Oh, sorry, I was distracted by that firm round rump. Wanted to squeeze.
As you're kind of like about to reach into his pocket, he kind of turns and frowns a little bit and puts his own hand in his pocket and pulls out a lump of coal and puts it in your palm. And he's like,
Oh,
and that's for you.
oh, unmade diamonds. Yes. My favorite. Look, I live centuries. This is going to be great on my neck one day.
Should we head up the mountain? Unless there's anybody else you want to try that on.
No.
The
Shall we
I
just
mean-
find out if there's any transportation that we
I'm
could,
assuming this is the way out of town we need to be going, right?
yeah. South, yeah.
I mean, we've asked about transportation and it disappeared. Otherwise, then they would be pulling us up the mountainside. Not mountainside.
Yeah, I think we
Well-
need to walk, Endo.
Well, Endo is happy to carry a couple of people on his shoulders if it is required.
You know
So,
what
guys-
they say about elves? It applies to half elves as well.
What, that you're small with prickly ears?
And personality.
No, that you don't leave footprints in the snow.
Endo leaves huge, whopping footprints in the snow. Look, watch! And he just jumps up and down.
As you head out of the little village to the south, the mountain is kind of looming ahead of you. And the snow and the wind and stuff abates for a moment as you approach the sheer face of Mount Strumpet. And there is a huge crack that is running up the cliffside and heads off to the left. And following the instructions that you were given, you kind of follow up there, and wedged crookedly into the crack, is a door. There are 4 signs jammed into the snow at odd angles leading to it. The first one reads, "Your doom ahead." The second says, "Leave now." The third says, "Dear gods, leave." And the final sign says, "Oh, the humanity."
Amazing.
Somebody's clearly dramatic about things.
I'm starting to like this Grinch.
Me too.
Can I just
What I
say,
know, like,
I rolled sleight of hand, and it didn't come up just before you started telling the story, and I was going to try and sneak my hand into Audrey's pocket and take the coal out, because Endo has witnessed this, and so he is learning from people. And I rolled an 18, but it's not come through. Can I have the coal in my hand, please, Lynn? Is that possible?
Did you
Or
roll
is
through?
that-
Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see it on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did see it pop up on my D&D Beyond saying Endo rolled stealth. I didn't see the number.
Yeah, it does say.
Is that going to pass, Audrey?
10. Audrey, can you roll me an insight check, please?
Insight check.
Yeah, so you managed to get the coal. You like.
That's
Ed
that's
does
all.
not
That's
notice
all.
it.
That's all. Endo's just going to have that in his hand, and then I believe that Roz was about to say something. I do apologise, Roz.
I've forgotten, but I've got another idea. Did I see Endo steal this?
Oh my god.
Perception for me.
Can I roll an insight? No. Okay, never mind. I'm done.
Yeah, no.
On the journey up
Stealth,
the
Leah's
hill,
just stealth. Yep.
could I was going to say to everybody on the way up going, guys, clearly whatever we're about to face, if it goes wrong, his words are his power. So I'm going to try to stuff my ears so I can't hear anything. But that means we're not going to be able to communicate. So who wants to learn some like basic hand gestures now? So mid-fight we can like hand gesture to each other going, do this, this is what's happening.
That you just isn't your one hand gesture just to stab?
No, that's my attack movements. But if I want you to run around behind him, I'll do like a pull my ear and flick around and point to the left. Or if I want Endo to like do a sumo roll, I'll like pull a fist and push it forward. You know,
Um,
military hand gestures when you got to stay stealthy and silent. Because
Adri,
yeah,
Adri,
yes.
you're asking us to learn short hand gestures that mean an absolute ton, right?
Well, I was only going to pick 2 or 3 basic ones to teach you on the way up the hill, like duck for cover, attack now. Oh my god, we're all going to die.
As Adri says that, I pulled the piece of leather that Gideon has wrapped around her arm and cast mage armor on myself, obviously.
Don't worry, I'll just death fight. You guys look after yourselves. I'm gonna do death fighting.
Endo's stood there
like
trying
it.
to do hand gestures with a piece of coal in his hand.
Oh my god.
Everybody would see that.
I just look at Adri, I don't say anything. I'm loving this.
I think maybe we just need a halt gesture, like hold your hand up. That means stop. I think we don't need an attack gesture because you will just start throwing knives, and we will know that
true.
means to follow.
Okay. Only because, yeah, I feel if we can hear him, we're going to be in more trouble. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna go in with hearing first, but I'm gonna be ready to, and I'm gonna like pull I don't know, strip of something off from somewhere and have it ready to like tie around my head over my ears.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull my new gift, my new hood, like pull it down a bit and try and like pack it around my ears.
Okay.
Endo starts trying to insert a piece of coal into his ear.
Amazing.
He's just like, Audrey, you only got one piece of coal. I can't plug my ears. Oh, do you want this back, by the way?
You can carry it for now. I think you might need it more.
Oh,
Give it to Tide for his slingshot.
oh, here you go.
Yes.
Here you go, Tide. So Tide, like, he just passes it to Tide.
Love it. I'm cradling it.
I just love how
very
like
impressed,
he's.
and I'm very impressed that you managed to sneak that out of me. Don't do it again.
What do you mean? Don't do it again. You did it to the man with the red suit on. I thought that we could do things like that.
Do as I say,
that-
not as I do.
Is that not a? Wait, did I do?
No, you
Did
did
I
very
do
well.
it? Did I
Just
do
don't
a
do it to
bad
me.
thing?
No, you did it very well. Just don't do it to me.
Oh,
Because sometimes I have sharp things pointing up in my pocket.
oh, I see. I thought you elves were supposed to be all like perceptive. Did you not feel my hand in your pants?
Are you going to feel my hand in your throat?
Why would you do this to Endo?
Onwards to the Grinch.
Endo's just
I
looking
love
really
the
perplexed right now and confused, but he's like, okay, onwards we go.
Okay, you are at a door that is wedged into the crack of the side of the mountain.
the instructions. Did they have anything about which door to use?
There's only one door.
4 signs, 1 door.
4 signs, 1 door, yeah. And it was just as you were getting closer and closer to the door, there were signs. Basically
Right.
going, like, like, don't come any closer, and then you step closer, and it's like, God damn it, why are you coming closer? And then, like, so you are now in front of the door. Assuming that you didn't just abide by the signs and turn around and leave.
No, of course we didn't.
Signs? What are those?
What are you going to do at the door?
Knock.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might be the first people to actually show him some respect.
Okay. So as one of you kind of gets to the door and like, oh, you're like,
Can anyone sing? Tide, this is your moment. Christmas carols. Start singing.
Oh my god, can I just get my music box up and open it, please?
your B music box.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Endo will get his little rattle out with the bells on it.
Yes,
Goodness.
with its little tune. As you open the music box, there is no sound from inside.
I think I sing over the top of the music box.
Oh,
Try to be quite loud, like Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Love it.
that was something special.
Thanks. That's a very talented singer.
Fantastic.
A very good bard.
Absolutely. So you kind of hear your voice like echoing down what sounds like a corridor on the other side, but still there is no sound from the other side.
Hmm.
Can we just try see if it's open?
Yeah.
Okey-doke. So as whoever it is reaches forward, I'm guessing maybe Tide, being that he was the one by the door singing his beautiful song.
Sure.
Kind of reaches for the door, tries like to push it open, and it's quite clearly been barred with something on the other side.
He really doesn't want visitors, does he?
No.
What gives you that idea?
Is it stuck with the ice and the frost? Do you want Endo to try open the door?
Yeah, give it a shove, Endo.
Okay, excuse me. Endo gently moves past everybody. And then gestures that people should shift because he's going to take a running, charge. And he's just going to charge straight into the door as hard as he can with his shoulder.
Okay, can you roll me a strength check, please?
Okay.
As he does that, can I get my daggers out? 2 daggers out.
Oh! Oh! Oh, God.
2 daggers out and you're just getting them ready.
Yes.
Yep, that's fine.
Oh,
And
dear.
because we're breaking into someone's door, I would be unhappy if someone did that at my house.
Did you? Your rolls are not coming through for some reason.
Yeah, I think I need to sort that out.
Right.
I'll try rolling again, but I mean that
No, it's
did.
fine. I saw the roll.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
just another test roll to see if it's connected. That's all.
Okay.
That one don't count if it comes through. It don't come
No,
through
it
anyway.
hasn't. Have you got Beyond 20 installed on Chrome?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, so you got a 4, so
Yeah.
you just as you're kind of running towards it, your foot slips on the ice a little bit, and you kind of just fall flat on the floor just before the door. So the top of your head just touches the door a little bit.
That's
Okay,
noise.
Endo is not used to this white, snowy. Okay, let's find another entrance.
Looking at the door.
Considerably irritated.
Looking at the door, does it obvious that it swings in or swings out?
It would swing inwards. Can
Okay.
you roll me perception though, Edry? Okay, so as you're looking at the door, you can see that there is a gap above the door where the crack is taller than the door, if that makes sense. So there's a gap that you could possibly climb through, open over the door.
Tide, you're up. Be careful of traps.
Great. Yeah, let's go for it.
Can you roll me an athletics check, please?
Oh, can I acrobatics?
No.
I mean,
Would anybody like to help Tide? Maybe give him like a
Yeah.
leg up?
Oh
Or...
no, I want to watch him fail miserably.
Yeah, I'll give him a leg up.
Okay.
Yeah, and Endo would give him a boost as well.
Okay, you only get one more roll though.
That's better.
Hey! Okay, so like almost sensing Tide's a bit like, I'm not sure about this. He's just seen like Endo fall. Jeremy and Endo kind of both stand there and link their hands for Tide to use as a little bit of a step and then boost him up and into the gap. Can you now roll me an acrobatics check, please?
Oh, I'd love to. Well,
Okay. So you kind of climb over and squeeze through the gap. You immediately, like, as soon as you're squeezing through, you can tell, yeah, Endo ain't fitting through here. This is not, you're barely fitting through, so Endo definitely is not going to make it through there. As you kind of get to the other side, you start to like lower yourself down, and the edges of the passageway are quite mossy and things, so you slip and fall into what seems to be a 20-foot hole directly on the other side of the door. And
Oh,
you
no.
are gonna take...
oh no.
Oh.
I apologise, it's always you. Can you take 5 bludgeoning damage, please?
Oh, that's much less than I expected. That's fine.
Oh god, if Endo had gone through, he'd have been fine. He don't take fall damage.
But he wouldn't fit through.
Endo needs to go on a diet.
But if he'd smashed that door open, he would have gone down.
Yeah, true.
Right. What can I say? Well, I'm in a hole. Can I climb out the hole?
So yeah, you at the minute you are in a hole. You are in like a huge pit, and there is an awful stench in this pit. You can climb out of the hole because you have climbed.
No, I'm gonna. At the risk of really hating this, I'm gonna. Can I investigate what's in the pit?
Yeah. Can you give me another acrobatics check, please?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you're kind of like, you can smell something, and you're like, what is this? And you're kind of like hopping around on the floor because you're not wanting to set off any traps or anything like that. And you can see that there are a few little holes in the walls around this pit, and as you like put your nose to them, it smells like noxious gas, and you get the idea that potentially if somebody had been a bit clumsy in here, that would have sprayed something onto them.
Great. Ty kind of like gives himself that look, like, yeah, you cool, you got this. Yeah, I'm gonna climb out.
Okay. So yeah, you climb out, and the passage, like going off from the door, is dark and mossy and stinks like nothing you have ever smelt before. And you can see that the door kind of behind you is barred with a wooden bar across it. And if you got rid of the bar, you could possibly use the door as a walkway across the pit.
Great. Can I try and kind of climb around the side of this pit and get to the door and...
Yep, that's fine. You have climb speed, so yep, that's okay. Can you give me a strength check for moving the wooden bar?
Oh no, why do you do these things, Lynn? Can I not persuade?
You're gonna persuade the wooden bar to leap out of its no.
Oh.
Okay, so you kind of managed to clamber over. You're very proud of yourself. You avoided the trap in the pit, and you're like, yep, okay. You can see the bar, and you start to try and lift it. It moves a tiny little bit, but you just do not have the strength. It is wedged in there firmly.
Tide,
Right.
what's going on in there?
It's very bad. Smells very bad. Door very hard. Can you just move like 25 feet away from the door? Like, get right back.
Why?
Just get right back. I'm going to try a thing.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
but like, what's stopping the door from opening?
Big wooden block.
Does it pull up out of the stock?
I've been missing arm day.
Okay, but does it pull up out of the stock?
I can't.
Yes, it would. If that's how it comes out, if that's what Airdrie's asking, yes, it would lift
Yes.
out of it. It's just
So-
that Tide can't do it.
Could we just like throw a rope through the hole at the top and you tie around and we pull it from our side and that will pull it up?
Ooh, like a pulley. Yeah, I'm down. That's a good idea. Less spell slots. Yeah, let's do that.
Endo gets his rope out. He's just holding it in the air.
I'll try to throw the end of the rope through to Tide to catch.
Okie dokie. Yep, so just do me, I guess, athletics, because you're like trying to throw it, and then Tide, do me a dex to try and catch it.
Oh my god.
It's really not my day.
And this is why we end up stuck at bridges or doors for
Hmm.
hours and hours.
We have great
This
ideas. and
Well,
can't
it's a
execute them.
2-shot,
That's the
not a
problem.
1-shot.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-shot, guys. We're not even in the actual dungeon crawl bit yet. Okay, yeah, so she's like, comes up with this brilliant plan. Endo hands off out the rope. Edry's like, yeah, okay, throws it and doesn't get it anywhere near the gap. It just goes up straight in the air and then drops straight back down again. Tide's on the other side, like waiting, like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Like looking around, like, okay, where has it gone? Like,
Endo picks it up and he throws it. And he gets
Guys.
a 21.
okay. Tide, would you like to try again?
I mean,
Come on, you could do this. We believe in you.
This is where he stands there. He's got his hand out. It
Yay.
just flies past him.
Yeah, so after the initial confusion of like, wait, I heard a rope drop, but there is no rope on this side. Like, and Endo grabs it, throws it, it goes like almost like perfect, as if it's like guided somehow through. And Ty's just holding one hand up in the air and manages to catch it, like not even looking, and ties it around the thing. And can you, whoever is going to be, who's pulling on the rope?
Endo.
Endo? Yeah. Okay.
I love how I just
Anybody
get
helping
nominated.
him?
No.
Look, we can all pull on the rope.
I'll be
Yeah.
helping
Like a
Endo.
tug of war style thing.
Okay, okay. So Endo, if you want to roll with advantage, a strength check, please.
Okay. That is 18, my first roll.
Okay, yeah, you don't really need the advantage unless you want to try for some nat 20 where you just pull the entire door off.
Oh god, yeah, let's do that. Right, yeah, next roll. Yeah, no, that didn't work. So yeah, I'll go with the first roll.
Okay, okay. Why I'm not getting even your rolls on there now? That's really weird.
Well, it was 18 and then it was 6.
Yeah, so Tide managed to secure it around. Endo, like, you're all kind of like, Endo at the front starts heaving. Everybody else is like pulling behind. Maybe Gideon at the back, you know, like, yeah, I'm totally helping. Like, just making it look as if she's pulling, but she's like, yeah. And you manage to lift the wooden block out of the way, and the door starts to fall, like, inwards, so towards Tide. Can you make me a dex save, please, Tide?
oh,
Oh god.
Yep. So
Oof.
Tide, you manage to like quickly realize, oh, hang on a minute, I'm stood in the wrong place here, and leap backwards and clear the pit, and land on the other side as the wooden door slams down, covering the pit up.
yeah, that's convenient.
You know,
Hi, guys.
I could have just shot an arrow through the hole and done it that way. But, you know, Endo wanted to throw it, so I let him do that.
Endo just looks at you. He's like, "Okay, Jeremiah, I didn't notice. I just picked it up and threw it because Audrey was like faffing around with it."
Faffing
Sassiness.
around, eh? I love that description.
Okie dokie. So you all now find yourselves in a passage that leads off. I can move you onto a different map. Boop. You will be able to see numbers. They're just part of the map. They're not on a separate layer or anything for me to do anything about. So yeah, you can see that you are now inside a dark passage that is mossy and stinks. The pit is now covered over, so unless anybody is looking down and paying a lot of attention, they wouldn't necessarily know that there was even a pit there.
Endo is blind, so Endo is going to reach into his little bag, and he is going to pull out a circular orbish kind of device, and he is going to say some magic words.
What are the magic words?
And of the red-nosed reindeer.
Something to do with
That's a very
shiny nose.
Sad memory.
Yeah, that's the one. Is it? I know that it's about Rudolph. I don't know that
It was
it's a
shiny
red
nose.
nose.
As soon as you said shiny nose, it
That's it.
leaps off from your hand, comes above you, and illuminates in red.
Endo just stands there all smug and smiling like,
Shall we go?
After you, Tide. Lead the
oh
way.
my god. Oh my god, the light is red. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh wow. I like what you did there, Lynn. You basically, to begin with, it wasn't red, and then you immediately changed it, and it's like, oh wow.
Can I try and sneak?
Yeah, you can roll stealth, yeah. Oh, yeah, you are stealth personified as you kind of use all your feline kind of grace and things and
Oh, yes.
move along the corridor virtually soundless. You are the shadows.
This is how it's done, guys. Come this way. It's all good.
I'll try stealth as well.
I was going to say, if we're not stealthing, there's no point.
yeah. Can I pick Oink Fat up and give him a little scratch behind the ear so that he's quiet?
Roll me animal handling.
No, sorry, I just clicked.
yeah,
I literally
that's fine,
clicked
that's
stealth
fine,
as you
yeah.
said it. But yeah, so stealth and then. Oh, same again.
Yeah,
Oink Fat
that's-
loves me.
Yes.
Fine. You have managed to. You give him a bit of a scratch, and you're like, right, Endo, what are you doing?
Well, it's acting very strange because I can't. I'm trying to move so I can see things, but I don't know what's going on.
Because
So,
you're in a very thin corridor, so you stood on Gideon currently.
oh, that's why. Oh God, Jesus.
Ah!
There we go. Sorry. Go on. Please continue.
Yeah, so it's almost like Oink Fat and you now. You are in sync. He knows what you want of him, and he immediately kind of almost scrunches himself up into a little ball for you to pick up, and nuzzles up against you as close as he can possibly get, and he is absolutely silent as you kind of sneak your way along the corridor.
I reach into the bag of holding and give him a little bit of the leftover veggies, just a little bit, so that he's not going. Nom, nom, nom,
Yeah,
nom, nom.
he is eating it. He takes it from you as delicately as he possibly can, and he's and then looking at you as if to be like, did I make too much noise? And
Oh,
Goddamn
scratching
ninja
behind the
pig.
ear again.
oh God!
So since everybody's done this,
no, died.
Endo's. Oh my God.
Carry on.
And Endo doesn't know where everybody's gone. He's like, hello.
You're right behind me,
What? Who said that?
Wait, why
you
can't
and Maya.
Yeah, but I can't see you
you see him?
because they're all in stealth.
Oh. I'm there in the token settings like, wait, what? Why can't you see them? Okay, so yeah, Airdrie, again, you're used to this. You're used to having to sneak places to, get up behind people and slit their throats and things.
You know it.
So Airdrie again is managing to make pretty much no noise whatsoever. Jeremiah, less so. He is quieter than he would potentially normally be. Yeah, this map is irritating as hell.
Sorry.
It's okay. But not as stealthy. Like, you can hear him, like, occasionally, like, he's, like, not picking up his foot enough and it's, like, scuffing along the floor. Much to, I imagine, Airdrie's disgust as Airdrie follows.
Oinkfat is also just like giving Jeremiah a look over Gideon's shoulder, like, what are you doing?
Amazing.
To that, I just simply have my bow in my hand. I just raise my arm and just look Oinkfat in the eyes. Just like,
Oinkfat stares right back at you.
He ain't
And
scared of no
just-
bow.
He's
And-
immortal.
He's immortal.
Endo's just lost. Endo's just stood here. Everyone's just vanished, and he heard a voice of his friend Duramaya, but that was it. And he's just like,
I mean, they've not literally vanished. Like,
but to Endo with
they're
his
just
red vision right
walking
now,
very,
and
Yeah,
very
you can still
quietly.
see them,
You can
Endo.
see them. They've not become invisible or anything. They are just.
oh,
They've just changed their like stance of how they're walking, kind of thing.
okay,
You can
okay.
tell
Well,
that
as
they're
soon as
walking more
yeah.
gently.
Well, when Endo
Except Jeremiah.
perceives this, he would intentionally try and do the same thing,
Okay.
and fail miserably.
Oh dear.
With 9. So Endo goes into the stance like in a Tom and Jerry episode where he's like on the tiptoes and he's like dun 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 like that. But obviously it doesn't go so well, and I don't know what happens with a roll of 9.
I would love to think that because Tide isn't there to do your whatever you do, like the fog thing around you when you go invisible.
Oh my god, yes.
I would love to think that that's why Endo thinks it's failed. He's like, oh no, like the smoke thing didn't go off. Yeah. So as they're all kind of sneaking down the corridor, Endo's trying his best. He's like up on his tiptoes. But he's a heavy dude, so every step is just like doosh, doosh, doosh as he's like walking along behind. And if Edry turns around, she would still see Endo up on his tiptoes,
Yeah.
like waving at her, like thinking he's being all stealthy, but he's really not. Like everybody can hear. Tide can hear him, even though he's way back there in the corridor.
Oh my god, is that the Grinch?
Oh, it's the Endo.
Oh.
that was the Endo.
It's the Endo of our silence.
It's the Endo of our silence. Oh god, that was. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Just keep sneaking, guys.
I love that Tide is being so super careful. He's just like, I'm not going down this time. Okay, Tide, as you kind of sneak around the corner, you
Check
peek
the
your head
traps.
in, and you can see that the ceilings in this room are quite high, and each of the 4 walls slants out at a really strange angle. The left wall as you come in, so this one, has a massive green fuzzy face half painted on it, and the eyes seem to be following you wherever you're going. The floor is covered with colourful torn up wrapping paper and boxes, and there is a door on this wall, and a door on this wall, and what looks like a corridor going off this way. And there are 2 chests on the far wall as well, or up against the far wall.
Can I have a look and see if there's any sort of traps in and around the entrance area? Since we're now in
Tide
this
just
room.
strides in like, I'm fine. Yes, you can roll perception.
The red boy is here.
Said red, right?
I see nothing. Not with a 9.
No, not with the 9. You look around and it just looks like exactly what I've described to you. You don't see anything extra.
Should have put proficiency in that. Anyway.
Did you say it looked like there were eyes following us?
Yeah,
The
so there's
Grinches.
there's
Or
a
the green-
portrait
yeah.
here. Like a half-finished portrait, and its eyes look as if it's following you. You know, like when you see a picture and it, like, no matter where you move, it looks like its eyes
Yeah.
are looking at you.
Can I kind of examine it and try and determine if that is like, if I think that is a magic effect and we are actually being watched, or
Yeah.
if that is just, that's just kind of, it's one of those paintings.
Yeah, so roll investigation for me.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can't. You kind of go over and you're like really analyzing it, like getting really close, and then quickly moving to the side, and then getting back to the middle again, and quickly moving to the other side to see if its eyes are actually moving, and you just can't figure it out. You can't tell whether it's like something magical or it is just almost like an optical illusion type thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Endo tiptoes in,
Doof,
and
doof, doof.
obviously he's getting used to his new red vision. And he is immediately happy to be able to look around. So he's just gonna look around and see if anything stands out that is strange to him. Obviously, quite a lot usually to Endo, poor thing.
Okay. So roll
He got a
perception.
16.
Okay, so as you're kind of like looking around, you notice exactly what I've said to everybody else. So you can see the fuzzy face on the wall. You can see the 2 chests on the far, at the far side of the room. The 2 doors. All over the floor are these like empty presents and things like that. So Endo kind of like has a bit of a look in those as well. He finds a few little toys, like a doll and like one of those like it's like a dog, but it's got wheels like that you would pull along on a string. As well as a pair of boots of the Winterlands.
Ooh, what are those?
They are furry boots and they look snug and feel quite warm. You wouldn't know exactly what they do though.
Could I ask somebody else to investigate these things? I'd be like, hello? Does anybody know about
That
these
was very formal. Hello.
furry boots that I just found? Are they my size?
I'll have a look for you if you want.
Yes, please.
Jeremiah, can you actually roll me a survival, please?
Survival's okay, yeah. I just clicked investigation and I'll roll survival instead, so ignore that one.
Yes, sir.
My laptop decided to play up today.
Ooh.
It's okay, we're ignoring the investigation.
Oh, yeah.
Take a 14 instead.
I'll take that instead, yeah. So as you kind of take the boots from Endo, you kind of having a look at them, and these are really, really well made. Like your time in the wilds has like taught you a thing or two about how to stay warm and things like that. You can tell that whoever wears these would gain resistance to cold, any kind of cold damage, and any difficult terrain or anything that is created by ice or snow they would ignore. It would not, like, wearing these boots would basically mean that they could traverse that absolutely fine. And it would help you to tolerate lower temperatures as well because of the fur lining on them.
So just a quick question. So say if someone needed to run or charge on something that was frosty and icy and slippery, it would help that.
It would.
It would
stop
also
being
help.
difficult terrain. Yeah.
It would help all of us, though. That's the thing.
Well, thank you, Jeremiah. I just wondered if that they would fit me. That's all. Unless they
They
fit
would fit
somebody
you.
else.
I'll. Can I tell if they are a certain size or if they would resize magically because
You would be able to
enchantment?
tell that once whoever owns them attunes to them, that they would size to that person.
Endo, they might look small now, but give it, I don't know, quarter of an hour or so, they might adjust.
You means they'd like grow to endo size?
Potentially.
Well,
But I think you may have to cope with uncomfy shoes for a bit if you did, because they would quite possibly squash your feet being this current size.
oh dear. Does anybody else have a problem with the cold or anything like that, or need something to help them? Because I'm happy to just carry them and we can, like, do a trade later.
I think they'd look good on you, dude.
If we don't want to decide now, I can put them in the bag of holding and someone can take them later, or you just take
That
them, Endo.
sounds. Oh, I mean, I don't know. It's up to everybody else.
I mean, I currently don't do too well in a cold, being, half elf, but I
That's
know
not
where
your fault. That's not your fault, Jeremiah. That's not. No one's blaming you.
I know. I'm just saying, but yeah, I think we can just put them into a bag for now if you want. Just
That sounds fine. That sounds absolutely fine. Here you go, Gideon. So he just hands them to Gideon to put and decide later.
Okay, I'll put them in the bag of holding.
Okay, they are the boots of the Winterland.
Okay.
Cool.
That is all you see on the floor.
Can I check out these chests while we're hunting?
Yep. How would you like to check them out?
I want to open them, but I want to check they're not like rigged with anything.
Okay, roll perception for me. Yep, they look fine. They look like normal chests.
My skills continue. Yeah, I'll open one.
Which one are you opening?
The one on the left.
Okey-dokey. Just left as I look at it, or left as in
The one that I'm next to.
okay.
That sounds
Oh crap.
4 times. 4 times.
As you reach out and touch the chest,
Oh.
your hand becomes stuck to it, as it is a
no.
mimic.
This is my first
It
mimic,
has
guys.
to
I
be a
feel great.
mimic.
It is your first mimic. Let's
Oh
have
dear.
initiative, please, people.
Tide.
Sorry.
Tide, mate.
Now is your time to start doing your hand gestures for attacking.
Right? This is I'm doing close fist, punch, punch.
Can you pull your hand away at all?
No, he can't.
I don't
I
know
guess.
that because I've just seen him just reach out to touch it, and his hand's not moved yet. It's not, to
Yeah,
my
but
mind, he's not
remember when
actually
we
tried to
first
pull his
ran
hand
into
away.
one? Your hand got stuck as well.
Would you like to put Oink Fat on the initiative?
Yes, I was just about to ask if I should roll for initiative.
Okey-doke. Yeah.
Oh, my laptop's just decided to play stupid idiots.
I mean, I think personally that the only reason why that mimic was even in the room is because Dom was with us.
Thanks.
You attract them like the plague, dude. Okay, it's just a thing.
I do not. Okay.
They love you, and they almost killed Han once because of you, because you were just there, and they're just like, "Yep, I'm a mimic because of him."
It's
It's
just
like I
dex,
attract
isn't
that
it?
once.
Initiative.
It's what, sorry?
It's just your dex, isn't it, for initiative? Because Oink Fat hasn't got an actual initiative bit on his sheet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just your dex modifier.
Yeah, okay.
And she's like, yeah, I'm out.
Okay, you got 3 then.
Oh,
Poor Oink Fat. Right, have I got everybody? I do not have Jeremiah.
No, because my laptop's just frozen on me.
Right, okay.
So, rebooting.
oh dear.
I'll try rolling on the group, see if it'll let me. Initiative. Oh, a nice one, a 22.
Oh, nice.
But it's not. Has it come through? Because I rolled it on the app, and
No, it has not come through.
it has not.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. It's 22.
Yeah, it hasn't. It doesn't come through to Roll. I don't know what's going on with Roll20 today.
I think it's in the. I think it's in the chat log.
Yeah, I
Rather
can
than
see
Yeah,
it
the
on
it's in the
the.
chat log.
Yeah, I can see it on there. Airdrie and Jeremy, would you like to roll a d20 to decide who's going first, please?
Sure.
Oh, it's a roll off, is it?
Yeah.
Oh god, I could destroy a cake right now.
From what you've shown before, those cakes look absolutely amazing. But
It was actually really good.
jealous.
That one slice took 2 days.
I can believe that.
It was very rich.
Is it rolling, Dom? Oh no.
I've just asked it to roll on Roll20, but it's still loading me in, so. Um, they would be good, computer. Please just hurry up.
I think after this encounter we will call it because I know people have got work and things, and of course it's become a 2-shot.
Always.
It was the wishful thinking. I had such wishful thinking.
I mean, what is a one shot at this point for us?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it took us an hour and a half to leave the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a door. We were just stymied by a simple door.
Okay. Airdrie, you are up first. So what you have witnessed so far is Tide wander over to a chest, touch it to try and open it, and he is stuck to it.
Alrighty. Edry, wrong button, is going to move to here for a better shot and a double arrow, double dagger throw at the mimic.
Okie dokie.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
she does.
Yep. That's a hit.
Yep. Hang on, where am I clicking for the? Why didn't it roll up the damage? What am I hitting for the damage now? My brain's gone blank. It's been so long since I've done this.
So you can
1d4.
yeah, or you can just
Correct.
press the dagger button in Rockton. Should do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And next one.
And
Oh, nice.
on either side of Tide's hand.
Okay, yeah. So that hit.
Tide is horrified.
Yeah. Tide is probably quite horrified, but your daggers are stuck firmly in this mimic.
I mean, just FYI, I've seen a cat with its paw stuck in something. They are absolutely horrified.
Is that everything from your go?
Yes.
Jeremy.
I seeing Adri throw daggers at it. I'm gonna do the same. So one dagger flying to the box.
Mhm.
An 8. Just that misses.
Yeah, that is a miss.
Second dagger. 20.
That hits. Roll damage.
For 5 damage, and I shall add sneak on that as well for an extra 4.
Okie dokie. Yep, so you throw the first, like, seeing Airdrie hit really, like, precisely with both of hers. You're like, yep, I can do that too. Throw the first one, it goes off wildly. It's, like, somewhere over here. You're like, yeah, ignore that one. Throw the next one, and that hits just next to Tide's hand. Again, is that everything?
Yes, that is everything.
Tide, you've just had 3 daggers land very close to your hand that is stuck to a mimic.
Yeah, full panic, full panic. Can I like move this way and that way as long as I'm still stuck to the horrid thing that I'm stuck to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm literally just going to be like running to and fro, like trying to get loose.
Okay, you can try and get off it if you want. You can try and do a strength check to pull away from it.
Would that be my action?
Yes.
No, I think what I'm going to do is I'm in a full panic, and then I think I start to hear all like of the voices and the whispers that I've heard every time I've like knocked myself unconscious in some battle, and I think they just kind of burst from Tide as dissonant whispers.
Oh, nice. Okay. Wisdom. I got a 13.
Amazing. Now,
16 damage.
yeah.
Wow.
And you have to use your reaction to move as far as your speed allows away from me. I don't know if I'm still stuck to you or not.
Yes, so you would still be stuck to this.
Am I going to get dragged along?
You're going to get dragged along as it kind of moves as far as it can. It's going to go away, I guess. I don't know how it's going to do. It's just going to be like moving. Up
Well,
here.
if he was trying to resist, though, would that also disentangle his hand if it's trying to pull away and he was trying to hold back? Would there be like a bit of a strength struggle to rip his hand off? Not off,
Yeah,
but
if
detached.
you wanted to try and resist it, yeah, I guess so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tide is in absolute distress.
Okay. Yep, roll strength for me. Yeah, you managed to resist, so you're still over there.
Great.
As it's like frantically like hopping away because it's still in the form of a chest at the minute.
I mean, I've used all my movement and my action, so I'm just going to like hiss loudly, and that's me done.
Okay. Right. It is going to, I guess as it's come close to Airdrie, it's going to attempt to bite at her with 13. I assume that does not hit.
That does not hit.
Does not hit. And that is its go. Endo.
Oh, Endo, with his 6 seconds of communication, will communicate with Tide and just go, "It's okay, Tide. Calm down. Endo's going to kill it." And he just charges up behind it. And he's trying to grab, like, what would be its mouth. He's trying to just grab it with both hands, like the top lid part and the bottom part, and he's going to try and just separate the two.
Okay.
Is
So
that
you are
doable?
now adhered to it.
Yep. How do I rip it open? What do I need
You
to
would
roll?
just have to. You'd be making an attack, so because there isn't.
Mm.
You don't have the ability to rip things open, so it would just be an unarmed attack.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot. You made this amazing sheet for me that's so much more helpful now. Yeah. So, what is the specs on the Mimic in terms of what can it grapple with?
What do you mean?
Like, what is the limitations for the Mimic's grapple?
You wouldn't know it's limited. It has
No,
grappled.
I'm asking you.
telling
Oh,
you
see, I'm asking you what, like,
it can grapple
'cause
anything
I'm.
up to huge, so it's grappled you.
Typical.
That's why I said it had grappled you.
Yeah, that's just my inexperience. Sorry, Lynn. Okay, well then Endo is just going to attack it, like you said, by punching the living hell out of it, or doing whatever he can, kicking,
I mean, if you
punching,
tried to
whatever.
grab it, like you've
Yeah.
grabbed it low, like underneath the lid and on the lid, I guess you could try and pull it, but it would just be an unarmed attack. That would be how you would be doing it.
Right. Yeah, he's literally like, so
'Cause you
like
are
he's
now
cupping
adhered.
both rims of the lid, and he's just trying to rip it
Yeah,
off, basically.
But you are now attached to it as well.
Oh, that's fine. If I'm attached to it, nobody else is.
Okay.
That's a 14 to hit.
Yep.
And my damage is 10.
Okay.
With my bonus action, I'm gonna go again. I'm just gonna keep trying to like pull it as it's closing its mouth on my hands. I'm trying to just open it and just rip its like top part of its jaw off.
Okay.
Ooh, that's an 8.
That is a miss.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use a key point. Oh no, wait, I can't because that was my bonus action. No, that's it. That's me.
Okay. Gideon.
Firebolts!
I was right. I'm in the safe zone. I'm alright.
Oh, see,
Maybe.
Endo is attached.
Fireballs!
Let's hope her aim is true.
Audrey's gonna be fine because of the bloody breastplate.
Also true.
17?
That is a hit.
Oh, thank
Singed
God.
hands though.
Dead. Yeah, so out of nowhere, as Endo's like trying to pull it apart, Gideon's just like, oh no, throws the fireball at it, and much to Endo's shock, it catches fire and quickly burns up as it reverts to its true shapeshifter weird polymorph form and lands on the floor, releasing Endo.
Endo just goes, Endo is getting more powerful by the day. I did not know I could make things burst into flames. This is new.
Hearing this, Jeremiah just slowly just starts to face palm and just like, okay, Endo, whatever you say.
Jeremiah, I am strong. I did not know I could do this. Did you see
Yep.
that?
You are strong, yes.
I pulled it apart and it exploded.
Uh-huh. I'm walking over here to pick up my dagger that landed over here, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to pull my 2 out of the now singed mimic and cut out a tooth. For my
Oh my
unit.
god.
You and the teeth.
Okay.
We
Tide is very on edge and is just going to like jump on top and wrap himself around Endo's shoulders. And
It's okay,
like,
Tide. I've got
hide.
you. I got you.
The tide scarf.
Oh, Iron Fat
Yes.
didn't even get his time to shine.
Oh.
Next
It's all right.
time.
Next time. Next time.
Okay, okay. I am conscious of the time, and I know people have work tomorrow or strikes tomorrow, as the case may be.
Indeed.
So I am going to wrap it there, and we will pick it up, whatever the date was that I said.